You don't want that one.
I don't want a lot.
The nerd
Whoa,
thought the same
dude.
Well, now you're gonna have all of those.
They're
I
like,
wanted one.
abandoned shit, big mouth.
I just wanted one fucking piece of candy. You gave me 12.
I'll take the other 11.
I'm a giver. What can I say?
I'm an all or nothing kind of person.
You
Yeah.
lost.
Karen, can I have lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'll come around to you.
No, you can have these.
Or can you
No,
He doesn't want them.
just take them. I can't do all those.
Here, ready? Let's see if we can do it.
Here come the ants.
Dude, you realize what an act of God it would be for ants to show up this time of year?
That's true.
Spiders,
turn.
though.
That would be God just going.
You almost went down your shirt.
That would be God just going. Fuck you, Joseph.
Oh yeah, by the way, these ants have been living here the whole time.
I can't do it. I know better.
Try.
I know that face.
Sorry, that was
I didn't know where it went. Way over here.
That was a really
I am
bad
here.
throw.
Do you want ants? I'll tell you the ants.
Okay.
Oh, there it is, the face again. Show us your face.
Ready?
Ah.
I almost got it in.
It landed
Almost.
in the gross stuff, though.
She's not a very good basketball player.
Don't eat this one.
I'm not going to. You probably just like.
Whatever. Anyway.
Karen?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Okay, are we done?
You want my boobs.
I think you're just aiming for your tits.
Oh, we're actually in this.
One of these days it is going to go down my shirt.
Dad.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
No.
Come on. Open wide. Here comes the airplane. they travel.
Just
in
trying to do
arcs
reverse
because
psychology
the-
on
I'm
you
not
now.
doing it.
Because
I'm not doing it.
oh,
You're doing it.
I'm not a baby, okay? That sound doesn't work like, okay.
Well, then
No.
open wide.
You fucking, oh, you already are open wide.
Say, ah.
Say ah, and then arch your head up a little bit.
Okay, now gargle.
Ready?
Oh.
Ready? I'm gonna throw it. Ready?
Now
No.
put your hands like this. Put your hand like this and open your mouth. There you go.
Cup the balls.
She still missed.
One more time.
No.
She's like, one more time.
I want to try.
Yeah, look, you made it in.
Name your sex name. Ready?
Why did I give you a pile if you're not even going to eat them? You're just like throwing them
Look
out.
at people,
right?
You
That
suck.
was why.
You suck at this. You need to stop. There's just candy all over the floor now.
Nah, I got them.
Hey Karen, I'm
Here,
hungry.
give me
Can I have some nerds? I'm not gonna throw them at people. I swear to God.
What a
Give me
dumbass.
a cup. Oh. Thank you. I won't throw.
You don't want that
I don't
one?
want that one.
3 minutes
Thank
in,
you,
and here, this is what we've been doing.
Yeah, is that not what we were supposed to be doing?
All right, well, welcome back.
Okay.
We are the Dumbass Bonsai Movie
I know.
Crew.
Yeah, I don't want that one. I didn't want to do that.
Don't forget to check out the socials
Thank
down
you.
there in the description, all that good stuff.
That was a pretty energetic opening, you guys.
Intense.
For
Maybe
you?
next time we
I'm
should do
proud of
tennis.
No, that was energetic for you
Tennis?
guys. I can
Yeah,
handle
just.
it.
I don't have
Fuck
the energy
that.
for that.
Racquetball.
Get us some fucking ping pong paddles down here, just like blop, and just like hit them in people's mouths.
We'd probably get really good at it if we did it every week.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't want to do that though,
I don't
it's,
blame you.
it's a cleanup thing, you know.
I get it. Because we're going to undoubtedly miss
A lot.
some. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought
So-
spiders
a
ate
lot.
bugs.
No, you kill all the spiders, so
I don't. I make other people do it.
whatever. Anyway,
I'm not killing any spiders. I'm not going near them. You crazy? What if they jump and bite my face?
okay, so all right, I don't really have any internet stuff. I do want to kind of go over what's been happening with the DOG and all that stuff.
DOG.
Yeah, and
For those of us who know what that means but don't want to say it out loud, what does that mean?
Somebody's going in the military. I will explain. It's the Department of Government Efficiency.
See,
And it's
for them.
essentially somebody going in and cleaning fucking house.
Cleaning house.
Financially.
Elon Musk It's what
For
Elon
example,
Musk is
I don't
doing.
want my tax
cleaning
dollars.
the house.
I don't
like
want my tax
government
dollars
was.
going to elevator music, whatever the fuck that was.
or Sesame Street in Afghanistan.
Yeah, Sesame Street and or the opera, a trans
Yeah,
opera.
the opera. And then there was also, we just found out recently that apparently FEMA had sent
I heard about
$59
this,
million to New York to house illegal immigrants in high-end hotels. Instead of sending it to, I don't know, North Carolina, where they need the money.
Yep.
To because it's FEMA. Their whole idea is they're the ones who you call when you have a natural disaster.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I wonder, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. One, the timing of it, right? So
it was just like last month they sent that $59 million.
Oh, it was 15.
Yeah,
it was last month. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, it was last month.
I was gonna say if it was during the Biden administration, you can't really go after people for something that they were told to do from up high when your leaders are idiots.
No, it was last month.
Okay, well then, they deserve every bit of it. Fuck them. I only heard that they got fired for it.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm speechless, honestly.
See, this is the problem that
seeing
I have
all the things that are. I'm going to look it up real quick, and I'm going to explain this to everybody. I'm going to let you know what America's been spending all your hard-earned tax dollars on.
What I don't understand, or what really gets me, is the amount of people that are upset with Doge or Trump, like, for this stuff. Like, they're saying, like, why are you doing this? Why? Because you don't want them to?
Yeah, you don't want them to know what they're spending your money on?
Obviously it was for good reason that he made it, or else we wouldn't be finding out all this shit, and they wouldn't have... How much have they saved us so far? It's in the billions.
$9 billion so far. No, more than that.
That was in the first week.
Yeah, it was in the first week. It was $9 billion.
Like, I'm just saying. Like, I think you're sus if you have a problem with it. Whereas, I'm fine. Like... If I can be audited for not paying taxes or not paying my taxes right, and you guys don't even explain to us the rules, then you motherfuckers should be audited by us every once in a while. That's how I feel about it. Fuck them.
That makes sense.
I'm trying to look it up to see what... I don't even know what to
The ones that are losing their minds right now.
What do I type? What do I
should
type
be the
in
ones
for that,
that
Karen?
are getting...
What are you just trying to find out what they've found?
Yeah.
Just try like Doge findings or like DOGE findings, DOGE money savings, something like that.
All the ones that are losing their minds over this shit, like the Democratic.
They're losing their minds over the Department of Education now.
Yeah.
Because they can't get the building. Well, you can't come into my house either, but... No, I get that that's kind of a stupid analogy, but that's not the point. The point is that you can audit me. Why can't I audit you?
I agree with that. Like, you're taking our hard-earned tax dollars and throwing it at the wall, essentially, is what you're telling me. When I think a lot of it's a cover-ups.
Oh,
they're cover-ups.
Okay.
They're not spending, what is it, like, something $2.5 million on a fucking Sesame Street show over in fucking Africa.
They're worried. The reason why they're throwing their fit, they're jumping the bridge right now is because they're worried about them getting caught red-handed.
Oh, yeah. And they're talking about taking away their perks and stuff, too. They shouldn't be on government health care. They shouldn't be, all that shit. They're pissed. Well, too fucking bad. You guys shouldn't be allowed to make those decisions either.
No. We should.
Exactly. My thing is, like, what was it, Independence Day? There's that scene in there, and I think I might have sent it to you guys.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's funny.
Like, where he's like, where did you get funding for this? The president's asking them where they got funding for their alien program. And he's like, you really don't think we spent $20,000 on toilet seats, do you? Well, there you go. That's exactly what's happening. They're not spending money on elevator music and trans operas.
Yeah.
That's just going right in their fucking pocket, and you guys aren't pissed about this.
Well, there was something I seen where they found one of the, I can't remember who it was, said they found one of his accounts in the Camden Islands with fake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just found out today that also Hillary Clinton spent embezzled. I'm going to use that term lightly. Money from the government, $10 million to pay for her daughter's wedding.
No, it was $85 million, and it all went to Chelsea. But you're telling me it didn't go through her mother,
right?
But it was some kind of like check to Chelsea for humanitarian aid,
right? But really,
and obviously they traced it back to $10 million ended up going to for her wedding. Another percentage of it, I think it was 25 million or 30 million, going to her nice house. You know, and we're struggling to pay our bills.
I know.
And you guys aren't pissed about this. Like, I'm livid. I want reparations. That's what I want. I want reparations.
Yeah, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Like, and I honestly think that Trump will try to make it good with people. You know what I mean? I think he's going to try to.
That's pretty big.
I know it's a lot of money, but you know, tax cuts, whatever he can do.
He's talking about tax cuts and stuff, but you just get rid of the income tax, and I'll be happy.
I can't find the list of things that.
It's probably on a government website. Go to whitehouse.gov. I bet there's something there.
You're better at finding that. You look it up. You're better at finding this shit than me.
Okay.
Yeah, just the list of like crap that they spent. They're spending like it's something like billions of dollars they're spending every year on this dumb shit. And you know what it is? It's just lining each other's pockets. And all these things are like cover-ups. Is like, oh yeah, we're gonna go fund this over here. It was like one of them was like transgender.
Have you been to the White House site?
Uh-uh.
It's the opening page.
America's back. I love that. Like Donald Trump is the symbol for America now. Like it's him and an eagle. Like, what do you want? Like, him and the bald eagle. Those are signs of America, and of course the flag. But did you forget?
Almost.
It would work better if you had it closer to your microphone. You could hear it better. You'd know that if you actually listened to the podcast.
Why do I need to listen to it? I'm here for the conversation.
I don't know. Me and Karen listened to it.
You guys... I love you, Karen.
I listened to
Dad.
Do you?
Yes.
What did we talk about last week then, Eric, since you weren't here?
I catch on to...
We talked about that movie.
City Slickers.
Yeah.
See, he knows more than I do. I was here for it.
Yeah.
Bad
Yes.
with names. Leave me alone.
Did you find it, Karen?
Maybe.
Maybe. I've seen a lot of videos on it, but I wanted to list so I could, call them out.
Should have made a list yourself.
I know, I should have.
I was joking.
No, I should have.
Those nerds were good, but now my tongue is layered with a film of, I think, sugar? Maybe animal fat. That's what's in most candy, right?
It's actually, it's from Wales. It comes from Wales. It's like, is it the bone? It's not the bone.
It's bone marrow.
It's barren bone marrow or something, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
From Wales or some shit.
Let me see.
You're not finding it?
Is there bone
Well,
marrow
I
in
found a
candy?
couple of links, and then they take me to places that is not what I want.
Gummy bears are actually made out of boiled
But they're not,
animal
like,
parts.
from anywhere. It's like Reddit is where I'm at right now.
Well, everyone knew that, because gummy bears are made out of gelatin, right?
So I'm trying to find out what that senator, whoever it was, got caught with this Camden Island.
Condoms in Gaza. $50 million for condoms in Gaza.
Yeah, I knew about that. See, I'm typing. We're not reviewing it
Why'd you do that?
because I was typing.
Do nerd clusters cause cancer is the first thing that popped up.
I'm dead.
I said, is there bone marrow in
It's like my
nerd
favorite candy, yo.
clusters? And that's the first thing that popped up.
Are you trying to kill me?
That was dodging my question.
Trying to find
Oh god.
something here.
Here we go.
Find it.
1.5 million to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business communities.
Makes sense.
70,000 for production of a DEI musical in Ireland.
Oh, a DEI? What is DEI?
Diversity and inclusion. Diversity, equality, and inclusion. It's the I want to use my pronouns.
Where at?
This is in Ireland, where they really care.
No.
What's my point? 2.5 million for electrical vehicles in Vietnam. 47,000 for a transgender operation or opera in Colombia.
How much?
47,000.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right. But why?
No,
why?
that's not right. Why are
No, I'm
you
saying,
spending
like,
almost 50 grand of
That's
my
what
money?
I'm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like that amount sounds about right. But why?
Yeah, I'm not trying to. If I want to fund an opera, it'll be one that I write.
And I'm not going to write a fucking opera.
No, me neither.
Isn't
Just
that
saying,
where
if I'm
they,
going
like,
to
sing?
You're like,
perform, if I'm going to give them money,
if
if I'm going to give
sing,
them
like,
money, it will
Latin
be
or
for something
something?
that I want
Yeah.
to see.
is it Latin or Italian?
What?
Or
Oh, it's Italian
is
usually.
it Italian? Yeah.
2.5 million for electrical vehicles in Vietnam. 47,000. We already 32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
How much?
32,000
For a comic book?
For-
for a transgender
Well, probably
comic
to get it
book
off the
in
ground.
Peru.
A transgender comic book in Peru. That is made up. Somebody needed $32,000.
These are all made up. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, somebody needed $32,000. They're like, all right, well, we got to
This
make
is
up.
hot right now. Everybody's into this.
Yeah.
2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala.
I want to see this transgender comic book, by the way.
6 million to fund tourism in Egypt.
What? Why? They don't need funding. They have the fucking pyramids.
Links for a nonprofit that it's a designated terrorist organization, even after Inspector General launched an investigation. So
Aren't
this
the
is hundreds of
pyramids
thousands of dollars to that.
Aren't the pyramids in another country, anyways?
They're in Egypt.
Yeah.
This is the
So-
USAID stuff.
That's what she's saying is, like,
primarily.
What's
We're sending
that
money.
stand for?
United
IAD?
States aid.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's supposed to be humanitarian efforts, which is fine. I don't have a problem with humanitarian
Essentially,
efforts.
we're throwing money at other countries.
Yeah, but like humanitarian to me for other countries means you give them money and then they do whatever they're going to do with it. We don't give them money with like a check attached to it saying you have to use it for
Or-
a trans opera.
And hear me out. We give them money and they do something for us for once.
No, I'm saying if
They
if
don't
you're-
do that.
I'm talking about humanitarian aid though.
Yeah.
Like war-torn places, things like that. If that's what we're doing,
Okay.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. If that's what that agency was designed for, then use it for that. We shouldn't be giving them money with, things attached to it. If I help you, Joseph, I don't expect anything in return. And that's what aid is supposed to be.
And it's all this transgender bullshit that they're trying to like. But these countries, especially like Ireland, don't give a fuck. They don't care about your transgender bullshit. They don't, or wherever else, like in Afghanistan or Gaza or whatever.
I
They
mean-
don't fucking care about transgender issues.
To me, humanitarian means you give the money, just like a charity, right? I give my money to this charity, but I don't go, okay, I'm going to give you $10. But all them kids in there get a Snickers bar.
So
You know what I mean? Like,
give
I don't,
me
I
10
shouldn't dictate what they
gummy
do with it.
clusters, right?
Huh?
You give me 10 gummy clusters and I go make you a drink.
Damn right.
Deal?
Yeah, that's exactly how. No, I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
if I go to somebody and I ask them for money, right? Hey, can I borrow $20? Your brother, your dad's either going to say no, or he's going to give me the money. He's not going to say, here's $20 and now you owe me $50 when you can't. I'm going to give him $20 back when I have $20 to give him. This is not aid. This is not humanitarian in my book, because humanitarian doesn't come with strings attached.
Some of these countries are like, they're sitting back like, all right, so America pulled their funding, and then they're like, that just means we got to do it on our own now. Nothing wrong with that. They're not even upset about it. They're
too
just like,
many other
it is what it
countries have
is.
gotten used to us just helping them,
Giving them money.
and so they don't have to sit up and take care of themselves anymore. There was
But
even
that's
a
the issue,
there was even
though,
a president.
Man. Like,
There
you
was
got
some president that they actually, like, when they said they were cutting U.S. aid, And he was like, and everybody's freaking out. This was an ex-president of that country.
Well,
And he stood up and he was like, why are you guys freaking out about this?
this is the problem.
This is their
though.
money, and they should be helping their own
The reason
country.
why this comes at a terrible time for people, especially, is because you're looking at North Carolina and Virginia and what happened with a massive disaster.
People still intense.
People are still intense.
Lost everything.
But we're throwing money at other countries and illegal immigrants to come into the country. Our country
We're throwing
isn't
money
a
at California.
Yeah.
Well, we aren't anymore, but
But like you got to look at it like we're helping other people before we even help ourselves, and our country's in a state of like it's just in a state of fucking disarray right now. Like we're broke. We everybody's struggling right now. Taxes are through the roof, and why are they through the roof? Oh, because we're throwing our money over the ocean at other countries.
Yep, for stupid shit.
Yeah,
and not to mention some of them were terrorist groups.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of the ones that they
USAID.
haven't calculated the amount of money yet were linked to Al Qaeda, linked to Hamas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not stuff that is just like, they didn't know. They knowingly did this.
Yeah. That's the problem, and that's what we're screaming about. This is fucking ridiculous, man. And I'm glad he's in there. Everybody said, "Oh man, you're gonna put Elon Musk in there? That fucking guy don't know nothing about the government." Blah 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 blah.
No,
he's a businessman.
He's a fucking businessman, and he's smart and he's good with money. And this dude does not give a shit. He doesn't care about like all these other countries' well-being so much as he cares about this country's well-being. He loves America.
Can I ask a question though? When people bring that up to me and they say, "Well, Trump was a businessman, right?"
Right.
Elon Musk is a businessman. What do you think America is?
It's a business.
From a government perspective.
It's a fucking business.
It's a fucking business. And it's been run into the fucking ground.
Mm-hmm. It's like owning a small business, okay? A little mom and pop shop, and you're like, all right, picture mom and pop as Trump or another actually mature president that doesn't care about transgender issues and, I don't know, jerking each other off, I guess. I don't know what they do. But anyway, imagine being like a small business owner, and you're going away for a week, right? You and your wife are going away for a week, or you and your husband, whatever. And you're like, all right, kids, I'm going to leave you in charge of this. Whenever I get back, I expect it to be the way it is. And I don't want, you know what I mean? Everything better be by the books. But then you come back and you realize,
fucking chaos.
They took all our money out of the cash register and spent it on, I don't know, gummy bears and fucking ice cream. Like, that's a problem. Like, all right, well, that's funding that we now have to make up for. That's funding that you're throwing money at nothing that does nothing for the business. Mm-hmm. Just like they're taking our tax dollars, throwing it at other countries for bullshit reasons, and it does nothing for America or the people that live in it.
To me, as long as we have homeless vets in this country, homelessness at all, we shouldn't be helping anyone.
Yeah, I just envision the episode of Community where you come back in, you see like
the fire.
The fire.
Yeah, when he comes back with the pizza, and there's like fire everywhere. He's like,
and the little gnome is sitting there. That's what I just envisioned. You coming back to that little shop
that's
like
hilarious.
that.
Bob's Burgers is that's a great example of a man who's trying to run a business but has to deal with children. Has children that work under him, his own children, and if it wasn't for him, that business would be ran into the ground. If it was up to them, it would be in the ground.
His wife's not much help.
No, his wife's not much help either. No. But he's just a man who's trying to run a burger business, and his kids and that's Trump. And then over here are all your little Democrats and Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Those are all his kids that he's got to deal with because they just keep spending his fucking money.
And you know what kills me is like, I didn't even think about it at the time, but he didn't pardon Harris. He didn't give her a pardon. He gave everybody else a pardon except for her. If that doesn't tell people that she was placed in that position, not chosen, I don't know what will.
She was obviously placed in that position. They ran Joe Biden out. They wanted him to sign his, say, dude, just give up. You're not going to do it. Blah, blah, blah. They pretty much forced him out so they could force her in. As a last-ditch effort of trying to win the presidency.
As his vice president. He didn't want her.
Oh.
She was a DEI replacement from the get.
Yeah, well, he didn't like her anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
He never liked her.
That's what I'm saying. So, it kills me that people still think that, he chose her. Or that was a democratic process at all.
The sad part is I don't think that Biden is a bad dude. I don't think he would have been a bad president.
I do.
I don't think he would have been if he would have actually been able to run it his way.
I think he's a piece of shit.
for letting somebody else control
I don't
him?
know. Period. He's been a piece of shit since the moment he's been a politician. Let me tell you why.
He's the one that wrote. He's the one that wrote the bill on making all the damn the drug shit to lock up all the fucking minorities for the just weed in general. He's the one that
reason
wrote
that you have
shit.
A gram or an ounce of weed would get you in prison.
Yes,
he's the reason.
He's the one that wrote that.
He's
shit.
also the reason that if you get school loans, you can't file for bankruptcy. And then he wants to come on here and campaign on the solution. Fuck you, Joe Biden.
Okay, yeah, fuck you, Joe Biden. I didn't know all that.
There is a lot more.
Yeah.
If you dig into Joe Biden's past, he's a piece of shit racist.
He's a fucking racist for sure. Him and Hillary Clinton are fucking racist, dude.
He's a piece of shit racist.
They were friends with the fucking leader of the goddamn KKK, dude.
All you people
they
that
went to
voted
his goddamn
for him,
funeral.
all you people that voted for him trying to get your
should have done
school
your
loans,
history on him.
like
Should have
out
done
of
your history.
problems or what you wanted to get rid of your school loans. He's the one that gave them to you. Remember that.
I had okay, so
or
I
no,
had,
he caused it to the point where you can't get rid
yeah,
of
I
it.
had a guy at work. I work with this guy, and I said, yeah, they got Elon Musk going through, you know, him and a team of people going through and looking at all of America's finances and what they. Like, you'd be surprised what they're finding. He's like, it sounds like to me he's just being a nosy fucker. This dude's 70 years old. I'm like, nosy? Are you fucking serious, dude? Like, you should like. And then I started listing off.
They shouldn't be able to keep. Okay, no.
Well,
I can't,
and then
I
I
don't
started-
wanna say
I
they
started-
shouldn't be able to keep secrets.
I started to list off the things that he was finding. He's like, oh. I was like, yeah, do your fucking homework. This is the problem with people, is they don't know what the hell they're talking about when they get pissy about these things.
No, they just regurgitate what they hear on the
Yeah,
news.
exactly. Like, you stop watching CNN, dude. Like, I don't know
no
what to tell
shit.
you. Like, and stop watching your liberal fucking people. Like, oh my god. Okay, so I was scrolling through TikTok and I found this. I was like, just scrolling through, and this girl was on there, and she, you know how it is, short hair, fucking emo looking. All of them, they always have that fucking nose ring. All of them
And it's
have
always
the nose.
big, too.
Yeah,
It's always,
just
like,
big
huge.
fucking, like, and I just want to grab that bitch and pull it.
We're talking about the
Yeah,
middle
the
one.
septum piercing. Yeah, the septum piercing. That drives me nuts. Every time I see it, it's like, yep, I don't like you. It's like it's like putting a fucking like a light on the top of their head that says avoid that person.
What makes me mad is that like they took
your niece
a look
has
that I really like.
I know, but she gets a pass because she's my niece.
Okay.
Like they always have this look or whatever that looks really cool, and then it's like you.
And then you
suck.
start talking to them like, man, I hate you. Like whenever I was your age,
You were
we
the cool
dressed like
people,
that, but we
yeah.
were actually cool. We had common sense.
I seen a girl like the other day that was on there spouting a bunch of bullshit, and I'm like, oh, you got my haircut. Damn it.
See, well, let me finish. So this girl, she started going on this rant about, I guess, next door to her was an elementary school. And I guess in this elementary school, ICE had come in and taken out a bunch of illegal children.
Yeah.
And they were going to deport them all back and blah, blah, blah. And she was freaking the fuck out. Oh my God, if it was up to me, I'd go over to that elementary school and take all those kids out and hide them all in my basement. Like, do you know what you sound like right now? Do you know what you're saying? You sound like a pederast, dude.
Well,
Like,
it's not just that. Like, let me put it this way. Everybody's mad at Trump. Everybody's mad at Trump for this illegal stuff, right? Like, what did they do? They're illegal. That's the very, very definition of...
Yeah, they're like, oh, what did they do? They didn't break any laws. They're illegal immigrants. They broke the law by crossing the border illegally.
Yep. But to the larger point, though, this is the problem that I have with it. Everybody's like, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this. This is the problem with our fucking society. We don't make anybody take responsibility for their actions.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go after Trump over it when all he's doing is taking the law that should have been a law from the get because it's been on the books since forever. There is no country in this world that doesn't have borders and doesn't enforce them, except for America for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So, you're going to get mad at Trump for enforcing a law that should have been being enforced this entire time.
We'll just try to cross over to Canada.
You're not going to get mad at the parents who brought their kids
Yeah.
here. Get mad at them.
Yeah. So
They're the adults.
look at like try to get into Canada once. You
Yeah.
have you don't just get to drive right across the border like willy-nilly. Like, no, they want to see your passport. They're going to check your car, all kinds of shit. And they ask you what the fuck you're doing in their country. What are you coming over for? They got a list of questions. It's just like I said with Australia. They stop you at the airport. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Do you have the money to be here? Do you have the money to support yourself while you're here? Where are you staying? What's your business? All that.
I liked how they asked the House Speaker, how many of the illegal immigrants have criminal records.
Yeah,
all
of them.
because they're
All of them.
here illegally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
That girl,
illegal
like everybody's like,
immigrants.
"Oh, Trump just chose her because she's a pretty face." Don't get me wrong; he was smart by doing that because he's going to pull in more people to pay attention to their government that way. I think it's a smart move.
Press secretary.
Yeah, but
Dude,
also,
she's a fucking beast.
but she's
though.
a beast. Like she is well qualified. She's
gonna make
qualified to
people
be in that
cry.
position.
Have you heard some of the press hearings
She's not.
had?
She's not like
She doesn't hold back.
No,
No.
she just says it, and
No.
I'm good with that. Like that's
what we need.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking
We need to
lost
be
it on some of them.
intimidating again, like America used to be. We used to be an intimidating country. We're not anymore. If people look at us like, oh, they're just worried about their gay rights and their transgenders, like, yeah, that's all fine and good. We're allowed to, like, we can support that, but we also need to worry about being a strong country.
I mean, if you think you should always think about government as a household, right? Just as far as like
I don't
trying to
care
wrap
about
your
your
mind
feelings
around
anymore.
trying to wrap your mind around it. And let me just put it to you like this: if you're sitting at the dinner table and everybody's cutting up the one bean on their plate, and your son says, "I'm gay," are you going to give a fuck? No, you're going to be like, "Okay,
Ah, cool, dude.
That's
Like, Whatever
fantastic.
makes you happy.
can I have the rest of your bean? I'm
Yeah.
starving." You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
nobody gives a fuck right now because nobody can.
Yeah, we
I'm
can't
not
afford
saying
to. I don't give a shit.
DEI or whatever isn't done with a heart. I'm sure that when it was first implemented and things, they were trying to do something good. And I can get behind that all day long. But when you start pushing pronouns on me and telling me that I'm the bad guy because I didn't call so-and-so they when I've never even met the motherfucker in my life, you can kiss my ass.
But I can't go. I
Pushing
can't
someone
go
else's
around.
mental illness on me is only going to get me pissed
But
off.
then you get offended whenever I say my pronouns are Mr. and badass. Come on.
I
Like
agree.
if you want me to call you they them, or whatever,
GZ,
I want to go
hi,
as
whatever.
badass and motherfucker. That's it. Those are my pronouns.
Mhm.
And if you get offended by that, then I'm offended by you.
Yeah, I'm offended that you're offended.
Yeah, I'm offended that you're offended that I'm offended.
Well, let's just keep going. I'm offended that you're offended.
I'm offended by boy bands.
Boy band.
Aw, I like the
'Cause they
Backstreet
all-
Boys.
they
I
all-
like
Because
that
you look
too.
like you belong in one.
Oh, pretty boy.
Are you a she, her?
I always used to give him so much
Yep,
shit because he was in the bathroom longer than me.
They're on the telly again. I'll be out there traumatized again.
Oh, jeez.
That's Gavin too. My older boy. He spends the most time in the bathroom.
He was always in the bathroom longer than me. I go in, take a shower, I'm done. Come out and
That's how I am.
Yeah.
I'm in and out, in and out. Yeah,
It'd be like
My
3
youngest, too,
hours.
he's
He'd be
the
like,
same
Eric,
way.
I gotta pee.
yeah. But my son goes in there. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Well, I had to poop, and then I had to shower. Like I can have all that
Getting
done in
dressed
like 10
right
minutes.
now.
Yeah,
Shit, shower, and shave.
that's shit, shower, the 3 S's, man. Shit, shave, and shower.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I guess we can move on. I just want to
30
get through some of that. 'cause I thought it
32-minute
was-
rant, you know.
Yeah, it
It's
was-
usually a 30-minute rant.
yeah,
of some
usually
sort.
we talk
get-
about government about
yeah,
once or twice a month. you know?
Government,
Yeah.
politics, you know, we get going a little bit.
Yeah, well,
Well, it's these are very
it's so
touchy
funny.
loaded
Subjects.
subjects.
It's
you know?
so funny because growing up, like you said, we didn't my
Care
parents
about
didn't
it.
care about the government or anything. They didn't vote. We didn't talk about
Oh,
it.
my parents voted, but like they never
never got
talked
this
about
but I
it.
don't.
bad.
But I don't think
Yeah.
it was really. It didn't become a big deal until Trump hit office the first
This
time.
is the only way I can think to explain it. It felt like when I was a kid, adults were running the world,
yeah.
and now I feel
Yeah,
like
you didn't think
kids
nothing of
are
the
running
government.
the fucking
yeah,
world.
it feels like you got a bunch of spoiled kids throwing tantrums
Yeah.
and
And the government's our parents looking at us like you're a bunch of spoiled brats and
no, I'm talking about the government itself. It's
Oh,
being,
yeah.
like, when we
the
were
government
kids-
is being run by the fucking kids throwing
Yeah.
fucking
and don't get me
temper
wrong, this
tantrums.
stuff started back like when Clinton was president,
yeah, for sure.
and so it goes a lot deeper than just the past few years. And
I believe it's
understand
always
that.
been slightly corrupt.
Well,
I mean,
of course,
you're gonna
power
have that,
corrupts,
yeah.
right? That's always the thing. Power corrupts. Okay, and if you've got power in any way, shape, or form, you're going to get a little bit corrupted by it.
I think that we weren't our eyes, especially as a larger society now, and at our age as a millennial, our eyes weren't open to the government until Trump took office, and he started to open our eyes a little bit more
And
to
you
the
know-
bullshit.
And he's the perfect candidate for it, and I hope it continues. But what got the ball rolling with him is that he has no motivation. They can't give him anything.
Exactly, that's what everybody thought. Like, why would he want to be president? He's already rich.
Because he loves America.
And it's like,
There
yeah.
is absolutely no other reason you can give me. Does he need power? No.
No, he doesn't.
Does he need money? No. Like, there's more power not being the president.
Yeah,
And there's being the president.
He's losing money.
He's losing money now because he can't run any of his businesses.
Yeah.
But he's not taking the pay.
Yeah. He's actually donating that to the National Guard.
Yeah, he donated it all the first 4 years.
Yeah, I don't know if he is now or not.
Yeah. He's
Is
donating,
he? Okay.
yeah, he doesn't need the money. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the best president we could have had at the best time. Because he came in, he said, you can't offer me anything, and that's why they're scared.
Yeah.
They can't buy him with anything that they have to offer.
Yeah, because he's already loaded. He's a fucking millionaire before, or billionaire, I should say, before he became president. He's like, dude, you can't give me nothing.
But that is why they didn't want him.
Yeah, because
Exactly
he's like,
why.
I'm gonna
They can't buy him
I'm
out.
gonna call you out on all your bullshit. Is what
Mhm.
he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
And then next 4 years, put JD Vance in there.
I agree. I'd like to see
So,
JD.
Because I really do think that the time of the Democrat is coming to an end for a while until they regain some of America's.
Well,
trust
they're not
back.
learning.
No, well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Is like
They're doubling down.
until they get rid of the corrupt and gain America's trust back. I mean, that's exactly what, like, you saw it in the last election with Trump. He fucking won by a landslide. He won the popular vote. He demolished.
Hmm.
So what does that say about America? Their eyes are open to the bullshit going on in
But
DC.
instead, they're doubling down. They're doubling down
know,
and
that's the
talking
sad
about how
part, yeah.
wrong we are. And it's like,
dude,
I always go back to what Jimmy Kimmel said. You're going to regret it too.
yeah.
I don't. As a matter of fact, can we stop winning for just a day?
Can we stop saying that name?
Sorry.
I fucking hate that guy.
Sorry.
Dude.
I
Fucking
sent you a
stand
video.
it.
Did you watch that video with
I don't know.
Kimmel?
When'd you send it?
Today.
Oh, I haven't. No, I
It's
haven't
hilarious.
looked at
They're reading Trump's book and he's talking about how funny it is. Oh, you like him now, huh?
it.
It's funny.
JK.
Hmm.
JK.
Yeah, JK.
All right.
He is
Anyway,
a joke.
let's move on here. Let's get into our creator profile.
Oh, this one.
Any clues or ideas?
I hope it's the dude with the glasses.
Huh?
The dude with the glasses. What was his name?
I don't know.
It wasn't him. I don't care about anybody else.
The girl. I don't
Thought
know.
about it.
She's okay. No,
She's been in a
good.
few
She's really
things, but huh?
Good. She's really good. I like the guy with the glasses, though.
What was that guy's name? David?
David.
David, yeah, Dave or whatever. That's the brother,
Mhm.
Is it
Yeah.
the director?
huh?
The
He was
director.
about the most. Him and
Yeah.
the guy in the glasses were about the most, like, the ones I'd seen the most.
We're doing the Fede Alvarez.
Oh, okay. That'll work, too. I don't know much
Who
about
was
him.
that?
That's the
Fede
director.
He's the director.
So not.
He also directed
How do you say
Alien
Is it
Romulus.
Fede or Fede?
I think it's Fede.
Fede?
Fede Alvarez.
I know. That's why I was like, Fede sounds weird.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's kind of like sounds
Alright.
like Feeny.
It's not very long. This one is not long at all.
I wouldn't imagine it would
Yeah,
be.
I couldn't find anything on him. I actually had to get this from Wikipedia. So
Alright. In 2009, Alvarez
Alvarez.
released his short film Adequate de Panico. What does that mean?
I don't know.
It's got panic in it, I know that.
Let me see it. What's the word?
Adequate de Panico. It's Spanish, maybe?
Do you need me
Yes.
to read it?
Oh, Adeque de Panico. Something
Panic
the
attack.
panic. Yeah, something like panic attack or something.
It's Panic Attack.
Is it panic attack? There you go.
Alright. On YouTube. Before premiering online, the film screened on October 31st, 2009 at the Buenos... Oh my god, so many Spanish words.
You want me to read it?
Eres
I know, sad part is she's
Rojo
part Mexican.
Sangre.
Jesus.
She doesn't even know.
Film
How is it that I can
festival.
speak more Spanish than you can?
Yeah,
Because I failed Spanish.
take that, you fucking liberals.
I did.
Yeah, I can speak Spanish.
Okay, listen though. I had Mr. Toby, and Mr. Toby was only concerned with volleyball because he was the volleyball coach and the girls that were on the team. Okay, he literally whenever
The
he
way
was-
you just said all that,
That just sounds
No.
terrible.
bad.
It's
That guy should not
supposed to.
have that job.
It's supposed to. He's one of the youngest teachers in the school, okay, and he fawns over the popularity he gets from the girls and the guys from the football team. Okay,
So
He's
he's
funny.
bisexual.
huh? No,
Maybe he just likes attention.
he
Sure.
It's so bad. Anytime he's up there, he'll start teaching and then he'll off track completely. And then, get this, he'll give us a huge packet. And this was freshman year, so he did give us like huge packages, and then he'd be like, packages?
Packets?
Packets.
There you go.
You said packets
on
the
your
first
brain?
time.
He's got a huge package.
Whoa.
You took that another direction.
You know what you should have
so
done?
fast.
You were the one talking about packages.
What? He's the one. He just ordered it from Amazon. Calm down.
You should have.
Jesus.
You should have, like, anytime you went up there to, like, teach and then just went off subject, like, you should have something really heavy on your desk and just throw it. Be like, I'm here to learn.
I
used to be that way with Mr. Whitman.
That's what I'm saying.
I used to be that same way with Mr. Whitman. He'd go on his fucking theories. Dude, we're here for you and the law.
I thought you said
Yeah.
he wasn't your teacher.
Yeah, he was. I had him for a year.
You
Yeah,
always say,
or
yeah,
semester.
everybody has to
Everybody
say
had-
Whitman because
yeah.
he's, like, government.
Yeah.
It was
and all that
government,
stuff.
you and the
Law.
law, and
We
something
have like
else.
4 different government teachers now.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's, like, their government teacher. Like, he teaches.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't
right,
teach
right.
government when I was there. He just taught the law thing.
Did
That was
he?
it.
Yeah, street law
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
is street law.
was
I had
called
to
you
take,
and
yeah, we took
If
I took
law
another
and then
semester, they would've put me
U.S.
in street law.
government.
Government was taught by
or
another
the
teacher.
branches or something
Government,
Something like that, yeah.
Veranu, Gregory, and forget the other teachers. I didn't have them. I had Gregory and Veranu though.
Probably because all he taught was conspiracy theory.
Who, Whitman?
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was whenever I signed up for his class. I just wanted to take psychology.
Oh, yeah, psychology, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did teach that. All right, go ahead.
Mom had the hugest
All right.
crush on him.
Yeah.
Who?
A few weeks.
Whitman.
Who did?
Mom.
Your mom did?
She thought he
Fuck
was good
yeah.
looking.
He wasn't a bad-looking guy
Yeah, he's
back
not
in
a
the day,
bad looking guy.
but he was a fucking tool.
You guys want to see him now?
Oh, you already showed me. No.
You can show me after.
Okay. Okay, and wait, no, I lost my place.
He's no Fede Alvarez. Fede Alvarez, good-looking dude.
I agree.
Good-looking dude. Look at him. Look at them bright blues.
I actually like the
His
second
eyes,
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one a little more too.
That's
Mm-hmm.
because you guys are like the same age.
It's that mature man.
Yeah, the beard, long
Yeah, the
hair.
beard, that gray hair, a
the
little bit,
gray
of that,
in
little
it,
bit of
yeah.
that gray in it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
And Karen's like, I'd fuck him.
I would.
ready?
Yeah.
A few weeks later, Alvarez made a deal with
The devil.
Ghost House Pictures to direct a 30 to 40 million sci-fi film. His first project with Ghost House ended up being the direction and co-writing of the Evil Dead remake. After the release of Evil Dead, Alvarez stated that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that I was having a stroke for a
No, it's a thing.
the temptation to do big franchises, but instead directed and co-wrote the relatively low-budget horror film Don't Breathe 2016, which received
movie.
positive reviews. Alvarez later revealed that during this period he was approached by Marvel Studios to direct an unspecified movie. However, he declined, feeling he would have little creative control over it.
That dude, he gained so much respect for me whenever I read that. Like, it said that he was able, they approached him like, hey, would you like to direct a Marvel? No. Why? Because you guys have too much creative control.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm good. I don't need, like, he could have been, like,
And see,
millions.
That to me would make so many more, like, so many better movies
yeah.
for people to be like, nah. Like, because to me, movie making is a creative process.
Yep.
For all involved. Whether you are a makeup artist, whether you are the director, whether you're an actor, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
a creative process. And they are stifling it in Hollywood. I can't see
Yeah.
how anybody that's in a creative role like that would want to work with Hollywood at this point.
Not even just Hollywood, but those big studios like that. Like
Yeah.
Marvel
Yeah.
Studios
Yeah.
is Disney. They're not going to let you do whatever you want. They're going to be like,
No, you
well,
gotta
we're
do it
going to
this
bring in
way.
our team of these people and this team of these
Yeah.
people. And we've got our producers who are going to be on set at all times with you to help make creative decisions. And
used to
that's
be-
where you're like, no, man. Like,
It used to be if you wanted Fede Alvarez, then you knew what came with the deal. Right? Like if you're a studio exec and you want Fede Alvarez to do this, or however you say his name,
Fede.
if you want him to do your movie, then you get whatever comes with him.
Yeah, I agree.
That was the way that it used to be.
Yeah.
Well, within reason, obviously. But if that's who you wanted, you got what he what he wanted.
What his
right?
vision.
Yeah, his vision. That's what you got. And same thing for, like, actors. If you wanted a certain actor in your movie, you knew what those demands were going to be. Now, it's like the studios run it, and,
You get the studio's vision.
They don't know what they're doing. They're not creative types. They are business types. That's why you have the business, and you have the people who do it.
Yeah, you stay in your office. We're out here in the fucking field doing the thing. It's just like with any business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but and I'm glad he turned it down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
In 2017, Alvarez teamed up with Good Universe to set up their own production company, Bad Hombre? Bad Hombre? Sure. Hombre means brother in Spanish, right?
Yeah, Hombre's brother.
Bad brother. Okay. Alvarez directed... See, I picked up on a couple things. Don't ask me what sister is.
Senorita.
I knew.
No, senorita's like Miss or Mrs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you put the...
It is...
I mean, it might be able to be used interchangeably, but I know for a fact senorita is
right.
for like
yeah.
Mrs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what sister is.
Senora is for Miss.
Senorita is Mrs.
Yeah.
And then sister would be...
no, sister is... oh, fuck.
I'm a lot better at just speaking it than I am trying to remember individual words.
Put it in a sentence.
No.
I don't speak this shit every day, right?
My sister
No.
is a fag. Go ahead.
My sister has a bunny rabbit in her pants.
Now it's going to drive me
My
nuts.
sister has a penis.
Benito.
Now I'm kind of interested with that. What that would be.
What, my sister has a penis?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
There's a snake in my boot.
Alvarez.
Oh, duh.
God.
Sisters Hermana.
Hermana, yeah.
Yeah.
Hermana.
Mi hermana tiene pene. Mi hermana tiene pene.
DNA.
My sister.
Technically, it translates to she has a penis.
It sounds like they're
It could be
trying
either
to
way,
say,
but mi hermana means it's sisters. So.
it sounds like they're trying to say she has a tiny penis. Tene pene.
Penny, penny.
What'd you say about my dick? Nothing, sis.
Nothing, sis. It's huge.
I'm jelly.
Alvarez directed The Girl in the Spider's Web, a reboot of the English language The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, based on the novel of the same name.
Never watched them.
You should watch the
Girl.
originals.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
The originals has fuck is her name?
Skarsgård. I think, isn't it Skarsgård?
No,
Or
the
you talking about
girl. The girl.
Oh, that's
What's her face from? She was
God, I
in
suck at
Alien
names, man.
Romulus,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
no, she wasn't in Alien Romulus. She was in. God damn
I keep
it.
thinking of the remake and who played her in that. I've never seen the remakes, but the original.
The remake is Mara
Rooney.
I think her name is. The originals are this. God damn it! What's her name? Because she's awesome. She's a great actress. And I can't think of her name. I know it as soon as you say it. Like,
No, it wasn't Skarsgård.
no.
Hold, please. Your call is very
Yeah,
important.
I can't remember her fucking name. It's like.
I know. It's driving me crazy.
Naomi Rapace.
I thought it was Rapace.
I think it's Rapace. Yeah, Naomi Rapace. But yeah, she's awesome. I love her. She's great in everything she does, honestly. She's a good actress.
The film featured an entirely new
I
cast
just
compared to
downloaded
the
a translate
2011
thing.
film. And it was released on November 9th, 2018 and April 2019. Alvarez, alongside Doug Lyman.
Swedish. It's the Swedish. The Swedish was the original.
Directed reshoots for the 2021 Chaos Walking, which added an additional $15 million to the film's budget. In 2021, Alvarez directed all 9 episodes of Calls for Apple TV Plus.
Calls? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Primarily audio-based series with animated visual components. He also co-wrote and co-produced Don't Breathe 2, which was released on August 13th of 2021. Directed by Rodo Saigis?
Yeah, shit.
I don't know.
Saigas?
Yeah, sure. I never watched that one, though.
Supposed to show this to you.
Did you watch Don't Breathe 2?
Yeah.
I have a small pee-pee.
It's Japanese.
Anata wa chisana oshiko omato namasu. You have a small PP.
They say so much more than...
I know. Anata wa chisano
When they
oshiko
say our
o
language,
You can
mate
hit
is
play.
something
You can
namasu.
hit play, and it actually says it.
I wanted to try. It's very low.
You're turned up.
Yeah.
あなたは小さなおしっこを持っています。
Okay, well, I don't have that kind of flair.
She definitely sounded a lot better than we did.
Yeah.
Hell, it even sounded better than my English.
I don't speak my own language.
In 2024, he wrote and directed Alien Romulus. Later that year, he presented the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards.
Did you guys watch Alien Romulus? Did you like it? No? I loved it.
I didn't hate it.
I thought it was good.
I didn't like it, though.
I love the like seeing the world and stuff like that, and kind of like how...
No, the vision of it's beautiful.
it's
and I
good.
loved it clear up until a certain point, and I don't remember very well. Like, I just remember not
What was
liking...
that?
I remember only liking the robot.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
was
loved
awesome.
the robot.
Yeah, I liked
and
him.
then, like, I loved the premise. The setup for it was great. But somewhere along the lines, I felt like it
It
went
just
off.
kind of lost its way.
Yeah, it went off the trail a little bit. And I especially hated the CGI shit.
Like with the...
I hated it so much.
with bringing back what's his face, Rook or whatever, or what's his name? Not Rook.
The original robot.
Yeah,
No, it was more
his
so.
model anyway.
It was more so if you didn't have one alien on screen, if you had more than one alien, you could tell that they were CGI.
Oh yeah,
And if you had, but they never did it. They never did
I
that
know,
before, you
I
know.
know.
And I hate it. I hate it. And then the big bad at the end, the merger.
yeah.
I know what they were going for. I do. But that was bad execution. That CGI looked shoddy as shit.
That wasn't CGI. That was a real person.
Well, it looked shitty.
Yeah, that was a real person. He's actually
That's worse.
he was a basketball player.
That's worse then.
Yeah.
Because like they did it so badly it looks like CGI.
I think he's
It looks
one
like
of the
bad
tall-
CGI.
I think he's one of the tallest people on the planet. Actually,
It looks like bad CGI though. They didn't do a good job with that.
I thought it was good. I liked it. There's a couple things I didn't like about it, but for the most part, it was a good movie. It's not the best one by any means.
Boy, it came on strong and then somewhere fell flat.
It did. Yeah, the beginning was amazing.
I was all in. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna love this.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, I was like, I didn't love it. It was okay.
pretty much whenever it got into like the aliens coming out and everything, like that whole scene with the fucking face huggers and shit in the water,
Mhm.
that shit was awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
they did
Like,
a lot of good. They did a lot of good, and just as much kind of fell flat and was bad,
Right.
in my opinion.
You still got more to read? Oh, my bad.
Alvarez was attached to direct a live-action adaptation of the video game Dante's Inferno for Universal Pictures in September 2013.
I love that it was like a live action adaptation of a video game, Dante's Inferno, which is a book.
That's what I was going to say. When she said Dante's Inferno, I'm like, oh, cool. That would be. Oh,
Oh, it's a video game.
never mind.
However, no further updates have been provided since the announcement. In May 2016, Alvarez was attached to direct an adaptation of Monsterpocalypse for Warner Bros. In 2016, Alvarez was brought on to direct an adaptation of Incognito for Sony Pictures, based on a script by Daniel Casey. Alvarez was considered to replace Ben Affleck.
Affleck.
Affleck. Sorry. You guys ever watch that ad?
Yeah, but we know who Ben
Affleck.
Affleck is, so.
Affleck.
But we know Ben Affleck is.
Yeah, it's still funny though. Ben Affleck. Anyways.
Well, I guess if his career ever tanks, then you can always do those commercials.
You could, yeah, I guess.
Affleck. It's fun to say. Okay.
Fitting. I was just curious. We say things wrong all the time, so I was just curious.
She was grammar checking you so bad.
That's a thing? Kramer checking?
Grammar checking.
Oh, I think you said Kramer checking.
Yeah, that's
Look,
where
you guys have to check
where
him
you come
so
with me.
often.
You have to. No, that's where you come with me. Come to me for checking on things.
Oh,
No.
is that what it is?
Because I know everything apparently.
When
Kramer
you said
checking
Kramer
is-
checking, I was convinced that was a
Oh,
thing. Like, that's
listen.
something your family does.
Kramer
Like,
checking?
you fucked up, dude.
Kramer
Like,
checking. Kramer checking is a thing. We've just never named it.
now you have a name.
Yeah, it's where I smack her upside the head.
No,
Oh.
it's where we have to Google stuff to make sure he's right, and mostly if we have to Google it, then he's probably wrong.
No, if you have to Google, it's probably because I told you to fucking Google it and stop asking me.
No, I never do that. I just bug you until you answer me, and then if it sounds wrong, I Google it. And normally, if it sounds wrong,
My favorite thing to do with somebody is when they say something ridiculous. You can't just say stuff like that. We have Google now. Like, back in the day, you might have been able to get away with it.
Sometimes you're just too lazy to check it, though. You're like, fuck it. I'll believe you, I guess.
All right, we'll go with it.
Usually I'll just say some ridiculous shit just see if you believe me or not, and I'll go about my merry day. If you believe me, you believe me. If not, oh well.
all right. Ben Affleck as director for the Batman. On April 13th, 2017, Alvarez was confirmed to direct and co-write a spin-off to Labyrinth with Nicole Perlman and Jay Basu. However, in April 2020, Alvarez announced that he had stepped down as director. What? Affleck. Okay, last time. Go ahead.
Is that it? You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
No.
Pan's Labyrinth sequel?
No, I think it was just Labyrinth, not Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, just the Labyrinth.
Yeah, just Labyrinth.
Yeah. We don't need it.
I've never been a fan of the original.
Yeah.
Not really.
Go ahead and hate me, but I don't. Never cared for it. I never cared for the Dark Crystal either.
I've never cared for the Dark Crystal.
No.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because
Yeah.
every time I say that, people are like, "What? Like, what? It's boring. It's
It is
boring."
Boring, yeah. The Labyrinth is better, but it's not great.
By like this much.
Yeah, it's not great.
And it's only great because you're staring at his crotch the whole time like, that can't be real.
All right, favorite Fede Alvarez movie would be
Don't breathe.
yeah, it'd be Don't Breathe, Alien Romulus, Evil Dead 2013. What else did he do? He did another one, I think. Oh yeah, and then
We can pick the movie we watched. That's a tough one then.
I'm gonna go with probably the Evil Dead remake. Just on sheer,
I agree. I'm
Just
gonna go with Evil Dead
because
as well.
like, going into that movie, I was like, this movie's probably gonna be bad because I love the originals, and I went into that movie and I'm like, holy fuck, that movie was fantastic.
I felt good when they said they weren't going to have Ash in it. That was the only thing I
Yeah.
knew going into it. Was
and
that
they
weren't
really
gonna have
didn't
Ash
do
in
a
it.
lot of callbacks or like
No, they went
no.
on their own way with
Yeah.
this
Well,
movie.
they did, but they did them in great
tasteful ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
there was no like bringing back any of like Ash's one-liners or anything like that. You know, she has one little one-liner at the end.
The only,
Other than that, like,
the
the
only
movie-
one-liners that they had was "I'll eat your soul." That was the only one.
That's not
but
really a
it's not-
one-liner
it's-
though. That's more like the hero. The hero has the one-liners when they come at you and they say
Yeah.
like, stay cool.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I
whatever,
know
you
that.
know?
I'm just saying, like,
It's-
that's the only.
Yeah, no, there's the things that they did, like they used the original music at the beginning.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, and the things that they kept were not really kept. I mean, I don't think that they really kept anything necessarily. Like
The car,
the cabin looked the
the
same.
car.
Yes, but no, that is not the original Delta.
I thought it was.
No.
Nope, it's a 74, not a 73.
Oh,
And I only know that because of trivia.
okay.
So don't feel bad.
I thought it was. I even told Matt.
I thought it was too. I was when they panned up and they see her sitting on, I'm like, oh snap, they brought it back. Because I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean the things that they did that were inclusive of the original were done tastefully. I even said to Jeremiah, like, if they want to keep making remakes, then they need to have the people that did this do it.
Right.
Because it was what you want in a good remake is enough of the original for you to go, oh, that's very tasteful and well done. Like, you're not just trampling all over my childhood. And also, original.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just watch the same fucking movie again. If I want to watch the same fucking movie
And
again,
there's a lot
I'd
of
watch
things
it.
in this movie that resemble the originals too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way she acts whenever she's, zombified or whatever, and her little
I
giggle.
don't think you could change that though without.
But
really...
it was so good though.
It
She
was
did
very
such a
good.
great job.
Very
man.
good. I'm saying that I don't think you can take those core elements out of the movie, or else it isn't
Right.
it.
This movie made me giggle.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
we're
in
not
all
even
the
in
right
the movie.
ways.
We're still talking about Fede
Yeah,
Alvarez.
sorry.
What's your guys' favorite Fede?
I'm
movie?
gonna go with Evil Dead as well. Then I forgot that we could use the movie we watched.
Don't Breathe is a close second. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
It's a really good movie.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Yeah. All right. Evil Dead. All around table. All right. Let's move on.
Let's talk about the movie.
I feel like we just did. A little bit.
The plot synopsis or the plot for this isn't very long.
No.
Also, I wanted to bring it up to you guys. Have you guys seen the new Wolfman movie?
No.
I saw the trailer for it. Yeah.
It's out on digital. And that movie is like, it's not getting the best of reviews, but dude, that movie is so fucking good.
Really?
Yeah, I love the movie. I thought it was great. And I
He
keep
really
I do wanna
likes
see it.
werewolves.
That's the one where he gets bit and he's with his family or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen
it's
it
really
yet.
good. Like people are like kind of bashing on it a little bit. I'm like, dude, that's a quality fucking movie. It's a very minimal movie, and it's so good for what it gives you.
Well, what do you want in a monster movie?
Right? Like how much? What do you want? Big fucking epic scenes and like
No,
I
they
hear
want
people bashing on it, like,
underworld.
well,
Ugh.
like yeah, I feel like it just wasn't set up to be like it could have been better or it could have been more grand. I'm like, why though? You don't need that in a movie for it to be good.
They want underworld wolves.
Yeah, I just don't understand. But it's a really good movie. I really liked it, and I was honestly because I thought going into it, I was like, this movie might be okay. It's awesome. I loved it.
I didn't like Underworld.
They're okay.
Yeah.
They're good action.
I saw the
horror
first
flicks.
one, and I was like, "This is lame." And
I liked them. I liked the first one at least.
Yeah.
I
The
think
second one was okay.
It was more so the gimmick. It was like so gimmicky,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "That's
Well,
not what I
yeah.
want. I don't want that in my vampire movies."
Right. It's so blue.
It's,
It was
it's
very
so
blue.
gimmicky, like
It
the
is,
the leather and the oh my
I loved
god,
it.
like
Come on, dude.
come
Kate
on.
Beckinsale
Yeah,
in that
Kate
leather,
Beckinsale.
though.
Yeah, I'm not
my
talking
God.
about her. I'm talking about in general.
I am.
Everybody,
That's why I was
fuck.
there. What are you
everybody
talking
either
about?
was wearing leather or fur.
I liked it. You furries out there,
it's-
you know what you're in for.
and then you get like this much plot.
Who cares? Kate Beckinsale and all that leather.
Well, that's fine for you.
Oh, it's great for me. What are you talking about?
She's
What's
okay.
that one movie called? I think it's a series where the girl has a gun for a leg.
Oh, that's Planet
Oh,
Terror.
It's Planet Terror. It's not a series.
No,
it's just a movie.
it's
Yeah.
part of
Just one movie.
it's part of
Yeah.
Grindhouse.
It's part of the Grindhouse.
I
thing.
just whenever we lived in Mississippi, Brandon had a book full of like movies and everything, and I always remember looking at that one because I was so.
Yeah, she's always on the she's on the front cover of
I
it.
just
yeah.
I didn't
I have those
understand why
movies,
she had a
actually.
gun
Those,
for a
Those
leg.
movies are
those,
great.
It's just a crazy action movie.
Yeah,
with
there's
zombies.
you don't need to like try and figure. It's a Grindhouse movie.
Yeah.
Grindhouse movies were notoriously
Who was
like
that again?
campy, and you didn't really care about the plot per
Yeah.
se.
It was fun.
Who
You
played
knew what
that
you were
again?
getting
Rose
into.
McGowan.
Rose
Yeah,
McGowan.
that's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah, it's a good. Those
It's
are
good.
good movies though. They're
It's
fun.
Always thought
Both
she was
those
hot back
Grindhouse
then.
movies were good.
I agree.
Yeah. Yep. The first one's a Quentin Tarantino movie. What the fuck was it called? Death Row.
Oh yeah,
Death
Oh shit, Death Proof. Death
Proof.
Proof.
That's
That
what it
one's
was.
my favorite actually.
That
I
one's
like
good.
Death Proof a lot.
I always
Is that
thought
the
she
one
was
where
hot
has
back
a gun
then.
for a leg?
No, that
I
one's
always
Planet
thought so,
Terror.
too.
They're
Crazy.
both good though.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And what's funny is they were both sold as a single movie. So you got two 1 hour, hour and a half movies where you just buy one ticket, you go in, and you're like literally sitting through two movies. It was great.
Yeah, and if you buy the
They lost their asses on that too.
Oh yeah, but they did it for a good reason.
yeah, they did it for a great reason.
But like if you ever watch like the Grindhouse, like if you own it and you set it up to watch it like theater wise, you get both movies. You get previews of movies that don't
Yeah,
exist.
yep.
You get a break. You know,
Mhm.
like go to the lobby and get some snacks. I mean, like it's full on. Like if you decide to watch it that way,
Previews of movies
That don't
Yeah.
exist. Yeah.
well,
Except for
one
things-
does now. Machete.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Machete.
Machete.
And no, thanks.
Oh, Thanksgiving. Yes, Thanksgiving was one of them.
does.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they have made two of them into movies by
Yeah.
now. They're fake. They're fake trailers.
They're fake
They had
trailers.
he had different directors that he liked come in and make trailers from movies, whether they planned to make them or not. They just had to have the right look. So it had to be campy. It had to be fun.
Werewolf Girls of the SS, where Nicolas Cage plays, what is it, Kung Fu Master Fu Manchu or some shit like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, seriously, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
They're
like,
fun. It's a fun movie.
That we should do that this summer. Like set something up in the backyard with the projector.
Yeah, and would do a couple.
And just do Grindhouse or
movies.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. They're fun. They're good
It
movies.
is fun.
She's looking at us like we're crazy, but
dude, I'm telling you.
have we steered you wrong yet?
I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
It's a good time. Just trust me.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Follow me blindly.
Okay.
Now we're good.
What?
Did we already do plot synopsis?
No.
We didn't say if we liked it or not either. I think it's probably like everybody's on the same page, but
We can go around and take. Well, you.
we already just pretty much said we did.
I'll recommend.
Hold on.
Mia, a drug addict, is
Oh.
determined to kick the habit. To that end, she asks her brother David, his girlfriend Natalie, and their friends Olivia and Eric to accompany her to their family's remote forest cabin to help her through withdrawal. Eric finds a mysterious book of the dead at the cabin and reads aloud from it, awakening an ancient
What
demon.
a dick.
Like an idiot.
All hell breaks loose when the malevolent entity possesses Mia.
Eric, you're a dick.
Yeah,
Which,
Eric's
to be
a dick.
fair,
That
like,
wasn't even the
no,
white.
that's
that
like the
was
worst thing he
blonde.
does, though, which admittedly is pretty bad. But like the rest of the movie, like
He's the
he
smartest.
should have fucking lived. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not fair that the other guy lived longer,
Well, I mean,
and he did a lot of stupid
what the
shit.
fuck?
Yeah.
What's the fuck point would you see the things wrapped up in barbed wire and plastic? Why would
Curiosity, man.
Yeah.
you? Fuck that.
No, I agree. If I see something that looks like a book and it's wrapped in but
Barbed
there again-
wire.
In a
but there
basement
again-
full of
no,
dead animals.
Time out though. Seriously.
Curiosity
No.
literally killed the
Seriously though. Yeah, see?
Exactly.
But seriously though, like okay. In our grounded reality, you're telling me that you see something like that and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not touching that."
No,
No, I'm totally
okay.
opening that book.
That's
I
what
would
I'm saying.
open it,
You're
but
telling
he
me
took the extra milestone of taking that paper,
But again,
scribbling out, reading it out loud.
Again, in our grounded
Seeing
reality,
blood.
I would do it.
I would
That-
not.
thank
do
you.
that.
I would be
I
Eric.
don't
I'll be
care what
honest
either
with you.
one of
I'm
you
that
say.
guy.
I'm not.
I don't care.
I
what
am.
either one
I'm
of
like,
you say.
I don't believe in this shit.
Yeah,
That's gonna
Eric,
happen.
Eric,
I'm not. I see
wouldn't.
that shit. I'm fucking running. I'm
Okay.
heading hills.
I would try and open the barbed wire, but after I cut myself on it, and I'm not gonna grab it like he did either. He's an idiot for grabbing barbed wire.
Well, he
like
cut
that.
it first. He cut it and then he just pulled it back.
As soon
No,
as
he
soon
okay.
okay.
Isn't open.
Okay,
it.
if my
Well, but
curiosity even
cut it first
pried
and
it
pulled it.
just to even look in it, and I seen skin. It's just
Right.
skin.
but
He's
but
just
again,
walking away.
again though, again,
Nope.
in our
I'm
grounded
gone.
reality,
What?
you're
Nope.
telling me that you wouldn't see something like that and go, well, I mean, it's believable, but
Nope.
you know what I mean? Like
Nope.
you're a
I-
rational thinking human
I'm
being.
that guy that's gonna read that book. I'm telling you right
You
now.
find
Because
it-
we don't
But
believe in that
if
shit.
you find
We
it-
don't believe in
Yeah,
that
exactly.
shit, right? Like
Listen,
I don't even do Ouija
If-
boards. That's a fuck no.
I did do
That's a
that,
fuck no.
but we made it out of cardboard, and we were also using another piece of cardboard as the game piece.
that still counts.
That's
Okay.
Anyway,
cool. Nothing
no.
happened, and she
That's
claimed
no.
that they were skinwalkers out in her woods. There obviously wasn't, or else I'd be dead right now.
that you know of.
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes I like to fuck around.
You
I don't know,
hear a
maybe
noise.
you
You did
guys
not hear a noise.
Are skinwalkers, and you're just trying to feed me. So
Why do you think I'm trying to get you in the backyard so bad?
quit feeding me, nerds. You're freaking me out.
No, seriously though, like we're rational human beings. I'm sorry if I go and I rent like an Airbnb cabin, which is or whatever, like if it's been in my family this whole time, I'm not scared of anything in there,
Mhm.
up to and including books wrapped in garbage bags with
Yeah, but if
barbed
you
wire.
haven't been
I'm
there
gonna
in
have to-
forever, and then you see blood going down in the fucking.
I'm gonna call the
basement,
cops.
Right, and then you see dead cats.
Exactly,
You see
and-
that the
and I-
place has been broken into. You see.
Yeah,
the
I'm calling the
cats.
cops. But that
I
to me is the only legit one where he sees it's been broken into and he's like, oh well, and they just go about their day.
Honestly,
I'd call the cops.
Honestly, if I went down in that basement and I saw a bunch of all that voodoo stuff down there, the trash bag and the barbed wire is not going to be the first thing I grab.
That's true.
It's not.
That it is creepy, I agree. I'm just saying that in our grounded reality, I'm going to fight till I'm dead to say that 99% of people are not going to believe that there's anything really
He could've read it in
bad
his
there
head.
other than some crazy people decided to, cut up some cats, put them in my basement, and be an asshole. Like, they knew that we don't come here very often. Hell, it's probably Timmy and Tommy down the street that I beat their shit out of them when I was 9. They're probably still pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think they were pretty secluded, Karen.
You know what I'm saying, though? They went there when they were kids.
Right.
You're telling me that they didn't get into some shit, make somebody mad?
Maybe.
I'm saying, you grow up someplace, you become very comfortable there. And even things that should be thrown red flags usually don't.
All right, finish the synopsis.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you watch? Would you recommend?
Yes and yes.
And for me, I think that I would recommend this to people. This isn't a movie that you have to watch if you're trying to cover the whole Evil Dead series. It doesn't fall into that category, in my opinion. I know that Bruce Campbell and them have come out and said that this is a movie that exists purely on its own, and like if Evil Dead had separate universes. This is like a universe all itself without those movies in the past.
Although it was supposed to spark.
It was supposed to. You're right. It was supposed to dawn.
That's why they ended up doing the
like a sort of
TV
reboot,
show.
like a soft reboot of some kind.
Yeah.
And that would have been cool, to be honest with you, because I thought the main antagonist or the main protagonist in this, the girl, she was awesome. She was great. Jane Levy, I think her name is.
Jane, yeah, I think it's Levy though. I think
Levy,
it's how because
yeah.
I think Levy, the only person that says Levy is Eugene. I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
But she was awesome in this. I thought all the other characters were great. It's a fun movie though. It's a blast. It's gory, scary. Madison jumped like 30 times.
Okay, listen, I can handle
She
gore.
said, "Okay, listen."
I can handle gore and all that other stuff, but if something's jumping at me from the dark, then I'm gonna jump.
Yeah, it was good.
Dude.
There was jumping out at the dark. I don't remember that. What
And
was
Jane-
that? What
and-
scene
Oh,
was
she
that?
was standing in the dark a couple times, and like I could see her there. I could see the shape of her body.
Oh, I
like
love
whenever
that.
she was like ducked down there, and you could see the shape of her body in the bottom of the glass. I saw her, and she jumped out. And
Like one of my
jumped.
favorite movies as far as that kind of stuff goes is It Follows. Like when they had those things like in the shadows, like that one guy in the hallway and he just kind of fucking comes in like 8 feet tall, walking in from that dark ass hallway. Fuck you.
See,
that shit's
That's
scary, as
scary
shit.
to me. Things coming out of the dark at me is scary, okay? Like
now I
in
know
The
what to do.
Conjuring, whenever
Wake
the
her up.
crooked man comes out of the shadows.
Oh yeah.
It's funny
dude,
because there's a
that
scene like that in
scared
Wolfman too.
me.
Is there?
Yeah, it's a
I
really
like
good
that.
scene.
I like that stuff. I do because it legit is like. There's only been maybe 2 times that I've like jumped, and only one time that I've ever. Oh God! Like it actually got something out of me, and that was in House on Haunted. Was it? No, not House. The Haunting of Hill House. Why do I always get those 2 fucked up? But where that ghost comes up from the middle of the back seat and just starts screaming, and all they're doing is arguing. There's no scary music, no indication that creepiness is about to happen. The 2 characters in the front seat are arguing. All of a sudden, the ghost comes up from the back seat on the console part and just, and you're like, "Fuck me!" Like I literally paused. I was like, "I'm gonna get a drink."
Yeah.
Jeremiah was like,
I didn't
pussy.
turn the light
No,
on.
he was like, "Yeah, me too."
I
Like, we
turned the
both
lights
had
on.
that. We both had that problem on that
Oh, man.
that scene.
Oh, I was telling Dad last night. I asked him. I was like, "What is it about like violins and it being absolute nightmare fuel whenever it comes to horror movies? Like, you put some violin crescendos in there, I'm done. I'm scared. You don't even have to
All right,
show.
well-
I'm terrified."
So anyway, that was my recommendation. I believe.
sorry.
I think that people should watch it. You guys keep going off subject a lot.
We're on subject technically.
Yes, I would recommend people check this movie out solely based on this movie alone. Not anything to do with the other movies. Not even the new one. Not even the old ones. Also, like if it's good, if you're into gore and things like that, I think this is a really solid movie for a lot of people. Just check out. I remember watching it and thinking like, damn, that was actually a really good fucking movie.
One could make the argument, like if I'm going to just go with my recommendation here, like one could make the argument that you could use this movie as the basis to like throw it out there, like any excuse that they'd have, right? Like, well, I didn't like the original. You don't have to.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't, or I don't like remakes. You don't have
you
to.
don't have to. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could throw any excuse that somebody would have, like, oh, I don't, unless they're like, oh, I don't like gore. Okay, but like,
That's the only thing I would say about
yeah,
this.
I'm saying, for like a real movie buff type person like myself, where they're like, oh, you should watch it. I'm like, I'm so over remakes. It's not exactly a remake.
Yeah.
Give it a chance. But yeah, I would
This is
recommend
one
it.
that I would say if you don't like remakes, give this one a chance.
Yeah, I agree,
This is
yeah.
more of like its own individual. You know what I mean?
Well, it's what
not,
a remake should be. A remake should
It shouldn't be shot for shot, or completely off. You know,
it
what I
should
mean?
carry enough weight on its own for me to see it as its own entity, and it should have, it should have enough originality in there to do that on its own, and it should have enough homages or throwbacks or whatever you want to call it to the original to make me go, "You're being respectful."
It's so funny that you mentioned that because there's a movie, the Wrong Turn reboot that they did.
Yeah.
That movie should not have even been called Wrong Turn. But people bashed on that movie so much because it wasn't like the original Wrong Turn movie. It was nothing like that. And I said, yeah, but that aside, though, it's still a good fucking movie.
Wrong Turn. Isn't that the movie?
Wrong Turn, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the reboot, they were hikers, correct?
Is that the movie where
they were on a road trip?
They were on some kind of road trip or something, and I don't remember how they ended up in the woods.
They were in the hills of was West Virginia.
It's always West Virginia.
No, that was in the original.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that where like the monster? They're not. They look human, but
they were
like inbred and shit. Yeah, they look fucked up.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
But yeah, that's the original. I'm talking about the reboot.
Yeah, that's
the reboot is like nothing like that. Like it's a bunch of people that have found a place in the woods and created their own little like society and things like that, and they come across them and they break some of the rules, and it's a fucked up movie. It's really good though, and I'm like, I don't know why people hate on that movie because I'm like, it's not a bad movie.
Isn't the original
they should have just named it something else.
No, it's English.
No, I guess my thing would be like Wrong Turn is literally just about people finding themselves in bad places that most people don't know about. So really, like, why would that matter? Like the big bad is.
That's the thing, though, is people were basing it solely, like basing their hatred off of purely, well, this is nothing like the original. Well, it doesn't have to. They just shouldn't have called it Wrong. Maybe called it something else.
I guess my qualm about, or my thing about it would be that it doesn't have to be a carbon copy. Or even.
Oh no! This movie is nothing like. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so. Because I was thinking of this one that I saw where they were hiking, and they come across like something like that.
I don't know if they were hiking or not. I don't remember. I know they end up in this town. For somehow or another, they end up in the woods.
Like they go to this place, so like there is like a car and stuff like that, but they get out at some point, or they leave from like where they were staying to go hiking, is what I'm remembering. I remember them coming across like this, commune or whatever,
right.
and everybody was like at first they thought it was like perfect, and then they like break some small rule, and it was like weird, right? Like they were like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. Now we're getting looks and stuff, and then they break like a bigger rule, and that's when shit happens or starts to happen.
What's that one?
I don't remember exactly. I've only seen it once.
I'm just saying that you can't really say that it can't be a reboot or whatever when the entire premise of Wrong Turn is for people to come out of their own element, go to someplace they're not used to, and come across bad people.
And that's the only similarity.
But that's literally the premise, right? So what does it matter if they're inbred rednecks or? That's
what I'm saying is like, that's what I was trying to explain to people. Like, it doesn't matter what the fucking name is. Watch the movie for what the movie is.
Exactly.
Like, it's a good fucking movie. If you don't like it, then that's fine. But don't base it solely off the fact that it's nothing like the original.
Exactly.
What is that one movie called where the girl wakes up and she had gone on a trip or whatever with her family, but she woke up in this commune and they were like voodoo people or whatever. And like at some point in the movie, they give her soup or something because she's injured and everything. And they're taking care of her, and she finds like her husband's finger in her soup or something.
That sounds wonderful. What is this movie?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think I watched it with Carolina and Bella a few years ago.
I have no idea.
No?
You don't know any of the actors or nothing?
I don't even remember if...
Yeah, I need more.
Yeah,
I might be able to help, but...
remember what the
none of that
sounds... was. I just remember that stuff from it.
She wakes up. I have no idea. I don't know.
Were they in a car accident or something?
I can't remember. Okay. I can't remember how she got there.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Sometimes people bring up movies to me. I'm like, oh, that's this movie.
Yeah, it's
but then there's others I'm like, I don't know. Like, because it's likely I've seen it, but I don't know. 'Cause I've seen a lot of fucking movies.
I'm sure you
Sometimes
have.
I've seen so many movies, and then I like go back. I'm like, I've never seen this, and then Jeremiah will be like, "Yeah, you have." Then I'll start watching it. I'll be like,
Yep, seen
"Yeah,
it.
I have.
Yeah.
I've seen it."
All right, so
I watched it with Carolina and Bella's mom. It was during Black History Month because it was on Prime for free for Black History Month. It was full of African American people.
yeah,
Like the whole
I
town
don't
and
know.
everything.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it was
It
called.
sounds really good though. Like
Yeah.
I would
It
want to
is.
see it.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, I have no idea. You said it's got voodoo elements in it.
Yeah.
See, something like that, I would fucking know.
Lady finds finger in soup. Now I'm on a list.
Lady finds finger in soup, voodoo. All right, Eric, would you watch? Would you recommend?
Yes and yes. The only thing I would say is like I wouldn't recommend it to people that don't find gore movies fascinating.
Yeah, there's some gory parts in this movie.
Yeah, it's very gory.
So, and that's what you expect out of an Evil Dead movie.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Madison's gonna read the plot here, and heavy spoilers. Heavy spoilers.
Yes.
We never say that either, even though we read every fucking movie. We give everything away.
If you watch our podcast, then
Yeah,
you know.
if you at this point, if you're listening to our podcast, I'm sure you know that. But for new people, heavy spoilers.
All I'm getting is a bunch of stuff about a Wendy's chili finger hoax. Apparently in 2005.
I've heard about that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. Oh
All right.
well. I'll figure it out. I'll ask Carolina about it later.
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure that out because I think we're all invested now.
Captured in the woods, an
I'll
injured
figure it
girl
out.
is restrained in a basement with many people I had a stroke. Give me a sec. With many people present. There was 2 consecutive P's there, so you know.
I got you.
Yeah, sure did. So
Pee
you guys,
pee.
I spawned from a child. You know. Anyways,
Your dad told me she was pregnant. Like, you are having a baby? I'm just kidding.
Me? The fuck, man?
You don't remember me saying that? Like, you're having a
I
baby?
don't know,
That's
probably.
crazy because he just said the same thing about some of my friends.
Yeah. Well, I was older than them when I had
He
a
was.
kid, so
Upon revealing she is demonically possessed, her father, Harold, I didn't know he had a name, sets her on fire and shoots her head. Subsequently, a friend grew.
which is a great opening scene.
I agree. I like that better.
That whole opening scene was awesome.
It explains, like, if Sam Raimi had done that in the first one, there would have been a lot less questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
for sure.
I
Like
know,
that
all it
whole
would've
opening
cost
scene,
was-
like visually, it was awesome. Like her on fire and like just screaming and spouting that shit, and then that shotgun to the face.
But then,
Perfect, dude.
but
It
then
looks so good.
I have to ask a question though, okay? Because, and I actually did get it answered in trivia, I think. But is it a sequel or a remake? Because one, that scene at the very beginning, where she's there with her family, obviously, and it happened to them.
Hold on now.
Right?
We could ask the same one about Evil Dead 2. Is it a sequel or a remake?
That is answered.
Right, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so like you've got the girl at the beginning, which denotes that this happened before, right? This isn't a one-off. 2, the Delta in the back, just rotting away, right where it was parked the first time.
Yeah, I know.
So that to me points to a past of this happening in that cabin,
Yeah.
and then future, like here we are now.
Mhm.
And I think that was the idea that they were trying to go for, was that this is more, I think it was meant to be more of a sequel than anything.
Well,
But whenever it kind of like,
I don't want to say it on the mic in case anybody has seen this because it's such a good movie.
what? Oh, the can't, yeah.
And it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
mean it was a sequel?
Yeah, it was a sequel.
Yeah, it was a sequel.
But it was panned like a prequel or
A
prequel
prequel or
or like a
remake?
reboot.
It was like a reboot, yeah.
Yeah, it was panned like that, and then you see the movie and you're like,
Oh, yeah. And like it's not a remake.
yeah. So I wonder if this
Which
is
was
something-
great, actually.
It was
an honestly
fantastic.
a great reveal
It's
at the
still
end.
one of those well kept secrets. I haven't told anybody
Yeah.
that I know,
It's a good movie.
other than saying you should watch it. But like,
we can't recommend it because then we'd give it away.
exactly. I'll tell you some other time. But like, yeah, it's just one of those things where like I wonder if it's something similar where they didn't want to say anything, and maybe a lot of people just kind of missed that.
I don't know.
Because in my opinion, it would be a sequel then.
A
very good one.
In your personal opinion, what would you call this a sequel? Is it a sequel to you?
Yeah.
Because to me, I view it as a sequel,
not
a reboot or a remake. I view it as a sequel only because of the Delta, like you said, the cabin.
The sequel to this entire franchise that is the only one that has continuity from beginning to end, and I don't have any questions walking away. Don't get me wrong, that's some of the magic of the first movies and everything, and some of the magic of why everybody loved it so much. It was like, this is ridiculous, I love it. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the magic there, right? But as a sequel, it does everything right.
Kind of
like from like a horror movie standpoint, you've got coherent plot, you've got coherent characters,
good characters.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got and they're interesting. Yeah. Right, all of them. They do such a beautiful job. One of the
setting them all up.
Yeah,
they don't even go into a lot lot of detail about them, but you're kind of invested in them.
One of the things that blew me away the first time I watched it, and this time, was I think I was going to say this in my review, but here we are. Was the end, right? Like where you're getting towards the end, and you're like, oh, what a happy ending, and then Eric shows up, fucks shit up, right? And like, and like, that whole time. But like when it happens, you're like, oh snap! But you don't care enough about David to be like, oh, that sucks.
Because they're playing him up to be the Bruce Campbell of this movie.
So like, but they did such a good job of introducing those characters and giving you time with every one of them.
Honestly, David is the most boring one in the whole movie.
Right, and like the thing is like you get to that point, and like the only time I cared that somebody died was Eric. Honestly, I loved Eric. He was my favorite.
He had the most charisma, had the most on-screen presence.
And I love that actor. Everything I've seen him in, he's fucking strong.
Between him and Jane Levy, between those two, I'll give the girlfriend a little bit of credit.
She did hack off her own arm.
Hacking off the whole arm scene, which was okay, I guess.
They didn't give her enough screen time or enough background or anything. Like, she's played off like this dumb blonde until that moment, and you're like, ooh, girl's got balls.
Yeah.
But, like, by then, you don't care. No, So, like, at the end, when David gets it, you're kind of like, that sucks for you, Mia. But you don't care that David's getting it. They did such a good job with making you care about these characters up to a certain point. Only one I cared that died was Eric.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I think whenever David died the first time I saw this movie, it was one of those things where I was like, man, that sucks, because I thought he was the main character. But then you're like, Jane Levy's character turns into more of the protagonist, when really the whole movie she was the antagonist.
Yeah, but that's the great part about this movie.
It's crazy.
It sets it up in such a way that when that switch happens, you're not like in some movies where like, oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, no, you were like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, left turn.
Yeah.
Where are we going now?
They blended it so well.
They did too. Mm-hmm. They did a really good job, because whenever she comes back, I guess we're like jumping ahead.
You are. Do you
we always do, I guess.
Or like...
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Subsequently, a group of friends, Mia's brother David, Eric, Olivia, and David's girlfriend Natalie, arrange a getaway to an old remote cabin in the woods, helping Mia to get clean after her severe drug addiction. Addiction led to her clinical death. What?
They said that she died for a short period of time.
Oh, they did?
And they resuscitated her.
Yeah, they had to do the defibrillator.
Yeah, they defibrillated her.
Oh. At the cabin, a foul stench leads them to discover a cellar hosting animal corpses, a double-barreled shotgun, and a book titled Notre Dame de Monte.
Do they ever say what she was addicted to?
No, but since it was powder, I'm gonna guess either heroin, probably heroin.
I'm guessing it was heroin.
It kind of looked like heroin.
That's what it looked like in the baggie.
How do you know what heroin looks like?
It's honestly the only drug that I know what looks like, aside from cocaine and weed.
Crack heroin. I know what it all looks like. I've seen it all before.
I mean, I've never really seen crack. I know crack is like their little rocks or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, this like I don't know what crystal meth looks like or anything like that, or
I don't think I know what crystal meth looks like either. I know heroin, I know cocaine, I know crack.
You don't ask me why I know what it looks like.
Probably a movie.
No. Real life stuff, Dad. They let the police officer bring a bunch of evidence into the house.
Oh yeah, I know what that looks like then too, because I remember looking at the little baggies and yeah. I'm pretty pissed about Dare.
I'm
though.
pretty sure someone tried to steal it and he had to talk to him.
I'm pretty pissed about Dare, to be honest. Like, not one fucking time have I been offered free drugs. Not once. Everybody wants you to pay for that shit.
Alright.
She's got a point.
They warned us. They kept saying, "Oh, somebody's gonna offer you free drugs." The whole time I'm growing up, I'm like, "Where's
When's
that?"
it coming? I want
Where's
that
it at?
free 8-ball.
yeah, they told us that the whole time, and they're like, "Oh, somebody will offer you free drugs. Just don't take them." I was prepared to not take them.
I was
never had
prepared to
prepare
take
myself.
them and never pay for them again.
Yeah,
I want to try
that
it at
one
least
time,
once.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that one
Get
time.
that brain rot out of the way.
And then after that one time, they're like, I need more.
I guess I have to pay now.
Y'all never been offered?
Eric, you never got the offer? You guys weren't friends with Lewis?
Some guy named Lewis out there like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Why are you calling me out?
Shh, bitch.
Lewis, you're not supposed to
Snitches
say
get
anything. Shut
stitches.
up.
That's what's wrong with me. Oh.
Alright. A Sumerian variation of the Book of the Dead. Ignoring warnings on the book's pages, Eric reads a passage aloud, summoning a demon that begins to haunt Mia.
Fucking Eric.
Terrified.
That's why I don't fuck with that shit.
Admittedly, he fucks up at the beginning, but he's still my favorite character. I don't care.
He's blonde.
And you know
But
It
he,
has
what?
nothing to do with
he
it.
I've been
admits
like
to
that
his
since
fuck up.
birth.
He's like, I read a
Yeah.
passage from the book.
Yeah, he admits to it, and but luckily, like, he's also done more than just reading the
He even
passage.
says, I
He's
fucked up,
blonde.
man.
Yeah, he's like, I fucked up, but look, now I know all this stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, he was leading them through the process, trying to fix it.
I have a thing against blonde people.
No, he's,
I'm not
I
down
think
my
he was
hair
just
blonde.
curious.
Luis, I hope you're blonde. See? I have a thing against blonde
You
people.
mean Lois or Louis?
Lewis.
Lewis?
Louis,
You said
whatever
Luis?
your name is. See, I don't
You mean
care.
Luis?
It's Lewis.
That's what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said.
No, you said Luis.
Yeah,
Okay,
you did.
well, I'm becoming slowly dyslexic since I've been out of school, so... You know, you don't have to send me back either, it's fine. Alright. After agreeing with me to stay put and help her through her addiction. Possessed by a demon, Mia attempts to warn David, but the group dismisses her claims as an excuse to leave. Which I would too, honestly. I think she's just going nuts. But... I don't know. I feel like after a certain point, I'd start to think something was actually wrong with her. But the group dismisses her claims, yada yada yada. After killing David's dog, Mia burns her face in the boiling hot shower as she fulfills a prophecy from the book. David rushes to get her to a hospital, but a flood blocks the roads. Later, Mia shoots David in the arm with the shotgun as her demonic side threatens the group. She manages to possess Olivia and Natalie, both who brutalize Eric, with Olivia stabbing him and Natalie attacking him with a nail gun.
He gets fucked up.
Yes, he does.
He does too, man.
Eric beats...
He's taking hit. He takes hits, I think, from every person in that. In
Oh,
that
yeah.
cabin.
He does.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hated
Because
that.
they need David
He was
to
just
live
like,
long
because he's
enough.
the only one that's useful.
Yeah, I guess. Well, Eric lives a long time for all the fucking.
God, I
shit
would
he
have given
takes.
I'd have just been like, nail gun to the head. I'm gonna lay down. I'm
I'm
done.
surprised.
I'm
out.
I'm surprised the knife is what killed him. I'm like,
Right?
that's it. That's what kills him. He took nails to the fucking face
I think it was just
and
at that
stabbed
point he's
multiple
like,
times with a fucking needle. Like,
listen, this movie tops any movie before it for the amount of scenes that make you go, ugh, no, bad, no.
well, the fucking
You need your
the first
mom.
scene where he gets
I
attacked
need
with the
my mom.
fucking needle. Like
yeah,
the-
the needle.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, the needle part, and then he pulls it out. No, and like just all of these, and like the
Dude,
scene where she's
hearing-
stuck in the wall, and they like stab through with like the machete,
Dude,
and it gets her
hearing
right
Yeah,
above the knee.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Dude, what
You know what
got
I mean?
me was
Yeah,
hearing
yeah.
that girl cut her cheek.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
I
hear it.
hated that. I could
There are so
not.
many scenes in this. You know, you talk about gore. Gore doesn't bother me. Neither does that stuff. But when you can do it good enough for me to go over and over again,
Mhm.
you've done it right.
Yeah.
You just hear the slicing.
Yeah,
noise.
you can hear like
Yeah,
when they cut
yeah,
through and
yeah.
got her in that knee. I felt it. Let me tell you, I felt it.
When you saw the skin move away
Yes.
with it.
Yeah.
Yes, you
See,
see it
that's what
slice
it's
through,
supposed
and
to
you know
do.
how that feels because like you've done it a time or
Uh-huh.
two, not on that level, but you know, like I'm thinking like when you get like a paper cut and you see it happen, you're like, nah, it's like
your
that,
skin
but on
moves
your
with
knee,
it, right?
no, bad.
And like when she turns around, like you see it like after the girl chopped her arm off, and she just turns around, and you see the arm just like fall, and that little tendon,
Like a
is
little
still,
attachment.
still- yeah,
Yeah,
it's still
yeah.
attached, and it just
Mhm.
falls off. It's like, ah,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
you just feel that tendon just rip. You just feel that.
There's so
Yeah.
many things in this movie that I felt, and I don't like that.
I don't even like it whenever a muscle pulls. Like,
Where you get a crack in the wrong place, like you crack like your shoulder or something,
yeah,
you're
your
not
shoulder
used to it.
blade
You're like,
cracks.
what
you're
was
like,
that?
You guys are giving me a headache just thinking about
Sorry.
it all.
Headache.
Eric beats Olivia's head in with a broken sink piece, which kills her, and David shoots Natalie, leaving her to bleed to death. Attempts to destroy the book are futile. Futile?
You can say it either way.
Futile.
Are futile. Alright. As it describes a prophecy by which a demon named Taker of Souls needs to devour 5 souls to free the abomination from hell.
Which I have questions about.
To achieve
Right.
this... Hold on.
Depends on which version you watched.
Huh?
Depends on which version you watched.
I don't know. I guess theatrical.
That was the wrong move.
To achieve
Welcome to
this,
the
the Taker
Thunderdome,
has
bitch.
taken Mia's body, and the only ways to release her are to burn her, bury her alive, or dismember her. David makes a plan, although he is emotional about Mia's lullaby. He enters the cellar with tranquilizers, but Mia attacks him before Eric saves him. Eric apparently dies from his from his wounds, and David immobilizes Mia and buries her outside the cabin. After Mia dies, he digs her out and uses an improvised defibrillator
That was the one thing
Defibrillator.
I had a problem
to
with.
revive
That
her free
defibrillator
from
thing?
possession.
Yeah,
How does a mechanic from Chicago know how to make a defibrillator out of
Google.
household items?
Ooh.
There is no Google there.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I mean, his best friend, his other friend there, she was like a registered nurse, and
But she's dead now.
right. But I'm saying like maybe he knew some things. You know what I mean?
It shows him building it.
Right,
Like,
I know.
like
But
is
he
that just
could've
conversation you
picked up-
have with your nurse friends?
Maybe.
How do you make a homemade defibrillator? Tell
I mean,
me.
yeah, maybe.
In case I need to save your
Yeah,
life.
I mean,
It's a
it's-
stretch.
It
is
is
what
a
I'm
little bit of
saying.
a stretch, but I mean, it's something that you could comment. It might be just something that you happen to know. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. It just seems like a stretch for a movie that's done so well in other ways.
Right.
Like, they could have brought it up earlier in the movie, maybe. I don't know how, but they could have.
Explain to me how Ash
Or
manages to make
There's a,
a fucking
registered nurse and
movable
she made it
hand
just in case they
and
might
in
need
the
it.
fucking
Yeah.
Medieval
in
times.
medieval times, one that works and he can move.
That is Army of Darkness. We're already prepared for that silliness.
That's true.
We know what we're
They
getting
did-
ourselves into with those movies.
You know how Chucky went from, like, serious horror movies to, like, slapstick? I
I'm
feel
the
like
bad
these went from
Ash. You're the
slapstick
good
to, like,
Ash.
serious horror
Just
movies.
to
Yeah.
legit, yeah. And this legit one, that is the only complaint I really have, which is pretty fucking good,
Yeah,
right?
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, he pulls that shit out, starts making a defibrillator, and I'm going.
How?
I mean,
Why does
I
that
guess-
battery work?
I guess it could work, but I feel like a homemade defibrillator. If I was trying to make one, I wouldn't have picked something you stab into somebody's chest to use as the charge. They do that with like paddles, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be looking for something like metal, like 2 spatulas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, just saying.
Alright, back at the cabin,
Good
David is
dishes.
attacked by a revived and possessed Eric. Mortally wounded, David gives Mia the car keys to leave and locks her out of the house. Eric warns David about the abomination's arrival. David shoots at gasoline to engulf the house in flames, killing both of them in the process. Shortly after, the final stage of the prophecy from the book takes place. It begins to rain blood, and the abomination crawls out of the ground and goes after Mia. During the pursuit, Mia is forced to rip off her hand when it
Fucking metal.
becomes pinned under David's Jeep. Yeah. Mia then manages to kill the abomination with a chainsaw, and its remains sink back to hell in the ground.
Which
The blood rain stops as dawn breaks, and Mia wanders away from the aftermath, oblivious to the naturdom. Nadaram Demonto. The book. On the ground as the book closes on its own. During the film's closing credits, audio is heard from the original film. Professor Raymond Novi tells about his discovery of the Necronomicon.
Just say Necronomicon.
Just say Necronomicon.
Then in a brief post-credits scene, an older Ash Williams recites his iconic line from the original film.
Groovy.
You have a button for a reason.
I don't think I have it though.
What?
It's number 8.
Well, I do. It's on there. But... Groovy. There it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
And turns to the audience.
So, you gotta say the right word.
What? The Necronomicon?
No.
Nactu, Verata,
Oh, fuck.
necktie, nectar, nickel. It's an N-word.
That's not a word.
Maybe I didn't say every single syllable, but basically I said them, yeah.
You
my
doomed us all.
That's my favorite line in that movie. He's like, basically I said them,
Basically, I said them, yeah.
So I just want to know one thing. The very first meeting for this movie, before they discussed plot, characters, anything, before they talked about any damn thing, what does everybody think was the first thing that they discussed?
Is it a remake? Or a sequel?
I think somebody sat down and went, all right, everybody, tree rape or no?
Yes! Oh, yes!
That's what I think happened because there was so much controversy about it. There's still controversy about it today.
Yeah.
They decided to keep it in, which I don't have a problem with.
I don't either. And it wasn't really as rapey.
Okay, true. But are you gonna tell me that
evil.
That people are offended because the devil decided to go in that way? It's the fucking devil. He's gonna find the worst way for you. Mm-hmm. For a woman, that is the worst way. For a man, he's probably gonna go up your hoo-ha. Just the wrong one. The one in the reverse end.
No,
or they might go up the pee hole. Yeah, they might go up the pee hole.
Or through the mouth.
I think
that's
the pee hole would
less
be worse.
Invasive. I think if they go up your ass or your pee hole, you're gonna be a little bit more violent.
Imagine a branch going up your pee hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
You know what I mean, though? Like,
Sorry.
I think that the tree rape scene is legit. I mean, you telling me that the devil's going to be nice about it? I don't think he's going to be nice about it.
I wouldn't read the book. I wouldn't know that.
If a tree branch went up your beehole, this is sound.
Now that I've seen this movie, if I ever find an ominous book, I'm never going to open it. I'm not getting raped by a tree.
Let's put an anonymous book on our bed, see what happens.
Nope.
I'll just put it downstairs and let one of the boys read it. And
wake up and one of my bonsai trees are in her fucking bedroom, like, all plants are out.
No thanks.
All right, did you guys cover everything you wanted to cover?
Yeah.
Or okay.
But the violin, I mean, is that not nightmare fuel?
That was okay.
I can't.
Let's go, this bitch.
Alrighty
Don't
then.
shake your head.
I feel like the music is a dead giveaway that something's going to happen, so it never bothers me.
Huh?
It's a dead giveaway that something's going to happen, so I'm prepared when it does.
As usual, we're going to go around the table.
I know. I looked at Dad a couple of times. I said,
and rate.
It just went quiet. I'm just gonna
and rate and review the movie. Let's start with Madison. Madison, what did you think of Evil Dead from 2013?
I don't know, guys. You're gonna have to give me a minute to think about this.
I've actually throat punched a haunted house person.
See, is that a threat? It's threatening me.
Just review the fucking movie.
I was letting him talk by over-talking him. By saying that he threatened me.
Wasn't
most
threatening
most
you.
women do that. It's okay.
I shall threaten. Are you threatening me?
Come on, rate the movie.
We're talking.
We're running short of
You're
time.
I'm talking
Mumbler.
normally. I just mumble. Anyways,
She's been home too much lately. She's just got all this fucking energy.
I don't. Even though I took a 15-minute power nap earlier before I went to go get Dad. And I was on the way and Dad called. He was like, "You didn't have to come." I'm driving, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I got back home, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going back to sleep, so just watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine." Anyways,
Yep. This is my life.
I really like this movie. It was... I don't want to say it's better than the original ones, because those are the original ones, and there would be no movie without the original ones. I don't even remember what I gave the original ones. But I don't want to rate it higher, so I'm going to try and aim for the same. It's probably not going to happen. I'm really bad at guessing. I'm going to give it an 8. The jump scares, the jump scares, dude, they got me every single time, I'm not going to lie. Every time it went, my shoulders went up and I went back.
Yeah. She's being defibrillated.
I'm not done. Anyway.
Okay.
Fuck you, Dad.
Mi scusi.
Anywho, and then the violin, it got me. I don't know what it is about violins and horror movies, but if the horror movie is good,
I gathered the violin did some damage to your psyche because this is the 8th time I've heard about it.
No, not even that. But
now we need a bump for that, just to eat. So just
do a violin.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
see me start to drift off.
Fucking.
We're good. I'm awake. Don't worry.
She screams at the same time.
You gotta,
Vietnam flashbacks.
You gotta put one of them spiders down here, the ones that jump.
We'll put it right there. The ceiling just jump down at you.
If you do that, I will strangle you with the cord.
Just if we had a plan.
Just the end credit violin, the music from the end. Hated it. Could not stand it. I hated it. I mean, I loved it, obviously, because it scared me, but I feel like if I was in a horror movie and I was running from a killer, and I was an actress, and I was running from a killer and they had the violin in the background, I'd run straight off set. I would not.
You think somebody's just back there with a violin chasing you down? All right, dude, don't run too fast. I know you want to catch her, but I got the violin, so you can't catch her without the, I gotta be there with you.
Why do you think they only show Michael Myers walking?
A serial killer
with a violin
that chases you with a violin
running
with a
at you
knife on the end.
No! Oh my god! I forgot. I literally had nightmares last night after watching this movie.
It was a violin player.
Some violin player just running after her.
I don't even remember what it was. I just remember waking up in the middle of the night and being like, "Oh, that's great. I haven't had a nightmare in so long."
No, it's not a rapey tree with a violin.
With the violin didn't even scare me as bad as the violin.
Rapey tree with a violin.
Oh. It'd be even worse if it was one of the walking trees from the Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, that's a rapey tree.
Yeah, rapey tree.
But those are so old that they'd have to take the blue pill to actually rape anything.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.
They moved
I really
too slow.
like this movie.
Yeah.
It was good. I'm gonna get Carolina and Bella to watch it with me next time I go and see them.
For me, this movie's great. It's fun. It's a good horror movie. It's scary. It's gory. It's got great music, great actors, great all-around story. I mean, I like the reason why they're there. I think it's a good reason to be there. It's a good reason not to leave. I like the twist where the sister instead turns out she's the antagonist throughout most of the movie. Heroin. Yeah. But she's the antagonist throughout most of the movie, which is awesome. She does such a good fucking job, especially down in the cellar when she's down in the cellar giggling and doing all that little twitchy shit. She does so good at that, man. I was like, man, that's Sam Raimi right there, man.
But it brings such good terror,
it does too.
She
does such
so
a good. Yeah.
When Natalie goes down there, first of all, you can pay me enough.
No.
Like, I'm just gonna slam the door and sit
Yeah.
on it until somebody can come help. Like, I'm not going down there. You can suck it.
Yeah, like she just
She
like
goes down there and then she's like on top of her. Like, I would be. I'd die of fright.
I kick her. I kick the fuck out
I
of her.
would have a heart attack and
Yeah.
fucking die.
She
Like,
started climbing up. I was like sitting there. I was like, kick her.
Kick her in the face.
Kick her in the teeth.
Yes.
And run.
Yeah. Run the fuck up. Like climb your ass up them stairs. Be Superman for all I
I was
care.
waiting for whenever David
I'm
walked
so
down.
scared I
the
couldn't
stairs.
fly.
Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah.
Okay, so my granny watched this video one time. It was like these scary ghosts. Oh my god, scary ghost video, and they had holes in the steps like ours instead of having the backboards.
Oh,
in them.
yeah.
And like a ghost reached out and grabbed it. I've been afraid of that ever since, and I was waiting for in this movie for David to walk down them steps and her to just snatch him up and
Look,
yank.
It doesn't matter, like, what your reasoning is. Everybody's terrified. Of
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
You
Dude, our
turn off
dogs
the
don't come
lights.
down here.
Yeah, if there's no lights, I'm not coming down here. And I've
Yeah.
been down here how many times now?
Yeah.
Like, if there's no lights on in your basement, I'm not doing
Those
it.
are the perfect steps for that too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, no. Nobody
Uh,
likes stairs
any
like that.
basement,
Like my legs.
any basement.
Nobody likes stairs like that.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's any basement. If you turn the
I
lights
go to
off.
my basement and the lights off.
Well, you turn off the lights and you're in your basement. You turn off the lights and you start going up. You run up them steps.
Yeah,
Don't matter.
I've been in my basement when it's dark a
I
lot.
do that through the house. It don't matter.
Anyway,
I'm not staying to find out what's in the dark.
so aside from that, though, I think the acting is great. I think that everybody's great in this movie, and this really,
Just get that. Eerie
like,
feeling.
this is how I knew Fede Alvarez, and I was like, dude, this guy, he did something right here.
Yeah.
And then he did Don't Breathe, and I'm like, okay, this guy's on a winning streak.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with him, and I love Jane Levy. She's great. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's a good actress. It seems like she's tried to stray away from doing horror. I don't think she wants to get stuck in that typecast of
Doesn't
horror
want to be a
movies.
screen
I
queen.
feel like
Doesn't
if I
wanna
was
be
an
a scream
actress,
queen.
I'd be okay with a scream queen.
Some actresses are, you know, but she did that TV show or that show or whatever. It was like every episode was a different, like a musical or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't remember what it was
remember
called.
you
It was like
watching that.
something. I never watched it. It was something playlist or something. Yeah, I don't remember. the
Oh,
name of it.
Nora's Extraordinary Playlist.
Something
I
like
watched
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Something
I was.
like
I was
that.
never interested.
that was who that was. That was Jane Levy in that.
Oh, yeah, I
um,
never watched it.
But aside from that, man, like the movie has cemented itself as like a top tier fucking remake, if that's what you want to call it. I consider it almost kind of a sequel, in my opinion.
I'd say it's a sequel.
I call it kind of a sequel because that's what it seems like they were setting it up to be.
There's literally a timeline established in that movie enough
Exactly.
to say that, hey, this is a sequel.
Yeah. So, but aside from that, like everything's great about it. There's a couple of little things in it that I didn't care for. I didn't like the decision for the blonde girl to go down the steps. Like, what are you fucking retarded?
Oh, shit.
blonde.
She knows what's down there.
Yeah, you know not to go down there. And if she's down there saying your name, just go get your fucking boyfriend. That's her. You know what I mean?
Hey, your sister needs you.
Yeah, your sister's down there. The door's open. I'm not going back in that fucking cabin though.
Yeah.
But
Matter of fact, I'll see you at home.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll
and
see
it's
you
like,
for
and I
years.
also agree with Karen that like the Eric dude, I don't think it's not out of someone's nature to open that book, be curious, and read the pages. It's just like it seems like something that somebody would fucking do, somebody with enough curiosity, like me. Like I don't believe in this shit, so you know I feel like I've got nothing to worry about.
That's out of my
I
nature.
do.
Fuck that shit. I'm out.
So, but anyway,
I'm not saying one way or like whether I would or not. I'm saying it's not out of the realm of possibility for
exactly,
someone to
and
do
I
it.
would be that
Let
guy.
me get a house and hear a creak in it, okay?
I
I
would
will
be.
be home alone if I hear a creak in the house.
I
I'm
would
having
be-
a priest come every week.
I would be that guy
though
though that would open that book, be the curious one, and I would read the book.
That's why I don't go camping with you.
Yeah. Like, we go to like
Find
a
any
haunted
weird
house
shit,
or
don't
anything
tell
like that.
Joseph.
Joseph is not. I'm not going.
Hey,
with
there's
Joseph.
this weird book down here. It's covered up in like
Let me
garbage
read it.
bag
And
and
Karen's are like, nope, it's mine. You're not touching it. Don't open it.
yeah, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I left that there. Don't let
That's
Joseph
mine.
have it.
It's a smut.
So,
It's my porn. I don't want anyone to see it.
It's my
Don't tell
fanfic.
Joseph that. He will tackle you for it, Karen.
Hold on, I don't
It's
believe
my
you.
fanfic.
Yeah.
I don't. But aside from that, though, I have really no complaints about this movie. I think that the ending is great. The only thing I don't know is why the fuck are there? Okay, so there weren't 5 souls
Yeah,
that
there
were
were.
sacrificed. Who?
David.
The dog?
David.
He was the last
He
one.
He was
Die.
the 4th.
No.
Who was the 5th?
I don't remember. It's in trivia, but David is the 5th, And in the theatrical ending, you don't see that. A lot of people were confused.
I get that he was the fit, like could have been the last,
Yeah.
but like
But
Mia didn't die.
In the unrated, it shows him transform before he gets engulfed in flames.
Okay, yeah, I get that, but like, so there was the 2 girls, then there was Eric, and then there was him. That's 4, not 5.
Mia died.
Technically, but they didn't take her soul.
No. I don't know.
But
you want me to
it
find
fed
the trivia real
off of
quick?
her
No,
soul.
just wait for trivia. I'll wait.
But it fed off of her soul.
I do think it did say that all 5 souls have to be taken to hell. Like, they have to go to hell. I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I didn't understand. Is like, hold on now, Mia didn't, like, yeah, she died for a short period, but she got her soul back, so how was he able to raise after?
Maybe her soul
The
went
girl-
to hell, but then came back.
The first girl?
At the very beginning.
So she was the
She would have
fifth?
counted for their...
So she was 1.
Yeah. She would have counted because they just stopped her. They didn't stop the whole thing. They left the book there.
Okay, now if you tell me that, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
That's an explanation.
I don't remember for sure. We'll have to go.
I was actually going to go like, well, maybe the dog? Like, I don't know.
No, I think it was the girl. Again, don't quote me because I don't remember for sure, but I think it was the girl in the beginning because it's not relegated to, like, it has to be relegated to an instance, right? So an instance could span years,
Right.
if you don't shut it down, right?
Yeah. I was just wondering. I didn't understand. I was like, so it's got to be 5. Mia didn't technically. Her soul. She got her soul back in her body. She was alive before David and Eric died.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, sorry, no, before Eric died, or before David
Eric
died.
came back, and then before David died.
No,
yeah.
Eric had come back before already because
Yeah, but she was dead, and then when she came back, Eric came back,
and then there was. I mean, David then died afterwards, but she was alive by that point. So how the fuck could that even count? So that's what I didn't understand. Anyway, but that was my only thing that I was like,
the girl.
huh?
I think it was the girl.
It could have been. I mean, if you tell me that, like, all right, I'll get behind that because I was like, why? There weren't 5 of them aren't dead. There was only 4.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anyway, that was the only gripe that I had. The only thing I was kind of like, I didn't fully understand. But I guess it could have been the girl initially, the first girl, which would make sense.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I have no other complaints about this movie. I think the movie's great. Soundtrack, the music, the actors, everything. It's all fantastic. I'm going to give the movie an 8.5. I think it's definitely a good time. It's a good time.
Well, as I said, the only thing I really had a problem with was the defibrillator. Sure, I guess that there's an argument that could be said that somebody could pick that knowledge up somewhere. So I'm not going to harp on it too much. It's just kind of like you're watching them put it together and you're like, okay.
Right.
Sure. One of the most original things that I think they did in this was not keeping that same character rotation.
Can you kill someone with a defibrillator?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You can stop their heart.
If their heart
Yeah.
is beating and you hit them with a defibrillator, it will stop
It'll
their
stop
heart.
their heart.
Did he use like car jumper cables? Is that what that was?
I don't know. It was some
I
kind
don't
of
remember.
Some sort of wire.
Kind of looked like car jumper cables.
I don't know.
I don't remember. But like, what you were talking about with the sister being the heroine, whereas in the original it was Ash.
Yeah.
Right? So they have 5 characters just like they did in the first one, but none of them fit the bill with any one of those characters in a neat little box.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like Mia would be Cheryl, obviously, but she's definitely not Cheryl. Right? She's Cheryl up until a certain point, but then she's definitely not Cheryl anymore. And then, like Natalie, where does she really come in? Where was she represented in the first one or the first ones? Like you could take different parts of all of those characters and throw them at different characters in this one and it would stick, but not one character defines a previous character. And I love that. They didn't stick with the same formula. They gave these people their own little unique formula to work with. And, I think that was probably one of the things that they did the best. They kept 5 characters, but you can't line them up with the
character
characters
for
from
character
the
from the original.
No.
Yeah.
And I love that. I like
Hell,
that.
even David doesn't really fit Bruce or
Correct.
Ash that well, other
Right.
than the whole scene in the shed.
Really, the only thing you can say is the dynamic. Brother and sister and their friends.
Yeah.
There's the dynamic. But none of those characters fit nicely into a box that the
That
first
fit,
ones
yeah,
had,
yeah.
you know? I also like that the artwork in the book was the original trailer artwork, the original poster trailer, the trailer poster.
Yeah.
I like that. Again, it's just another little homage that they throw in there. That was really cool. The necklace stood out to me in this one because that was like one of our biggest bitches and gripes about the first one was like, what does that stupid necklace have to do with anything?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But in this one, not only were they throwing it in there to say like, hey, this is something from the original, but also in this story, it plays a role. Like it has something to do with something, you know? And, you know, that look of the cabin, damn near replica. I mean, you could have told me it was the same cabin from the outside and I would have believed it.
Right.
And then like the Delta, when they bring in that Delta and the way they pan up at it, that shot, I love it every time. Yeah, I don't have any complaints really, except for the defibrillator. So I gave it a 9.
Annoying.
It is damn near
It's pretty good.
Give it annoying.
annoying.
What about you, Eric? What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the gore, the horror aspects. It's not really anything bad I could say about the movie. Really isn't.
It's a solid 90-minute movie.
Yeah, it
honestly.
really is.
It's a nice, tight little package.
Yeah.
No wasted time.
no,
No
exactly.
wasted scenes.
They
no-
get right into it for the most part.
You know enough about the characters to care, but not enough to,
Yep.
you know. I mean, it's
And,
I
and
got a good
sometimes,
laugh out
sometimes
of it,
wrapping
though.
a movie up in 90 minutes is a good fucking thing.
I got
You
a
know?
good.
I like 90
There's
minutes.
a scene in it that I got a good laugh out of when she was sitting in her bed and she looked in the mirror and she's sitting there going, "Ah, la, 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 la." I fucking lost it. I
That
started
shit,
dying.
okay, yeah, it's funny in a sense, but it's also
It's
freaky
creepy,
as
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
It's creepy as
Yeah.
shit.
It's things like that you can watch in the safety of your own home. But if you saw it in real life, you'd be like, "Fuck that, I'm out."
Yeah, no shit,
dude. I'm
yeah.
like, nuh-uh.
I
Yeah.
did not just
Did you
see
see
that.
that fucking mirror? It was giving me the tongue.
Yeah.
like what's that one dude on TikTok that's like, "No, you did not see it."
Yeah,
Like,
the one I sent you.
Yeah,
You did not hear that?
you didn't see
see
it.
that?
You didn't- Well, there's a Hispanic guy that does it too, and he's like, "You didn't see it. You didn't hear it. Shut the door. Give yourself the cross, and move on."
Yeah. So that part actually had me fucking dying. But in reality, like if you actually seen that, that would freak you the fuck out.
Yeah,
But-
that part was a little freaky.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Like they do a really good job of getting to and just
just kind of
displaying
getting
that.
under your skin
You're
too
like,
at the
"Holy
same
fuck,"
time.
Like
You're
that is creepy as
Mhm.
shit. Like
Mhm. Anytime your reflection doesn't do what you're doing,
oh yeah,
Even if you see it out of the corner of your eye, it still freaks me out.
oh yeah. So I mean, I'm going at it with a 9 as well.
okay,
so that's an 8.625.
alrighty.
All right,
Yeah, Eric, go ahead and that Rotten Tomato shit.
all right. So
88.
for that's
80.
Tomatometer, right? That's critics.
Critics.
Okay.
88.
83.
God, you guys are in there.
I don't
So
think that they could have
88.
really much to complain about even as critic.
83.
Other than being a war movie.
83. 88, 83.
See, now I'm going to lose. I could either go above or below you guys, or I can hit it right in the middle. I feel like this is a... I'm going to go 85,
Solid.
because it's in there, man.
Mass is going to take it. 63.
What?
Dang.
They didn't like it that much? Wow.
No.
Well, they suck ass.
Yeah.
So the
I bet that the audience liked it more.
critics
stick with 88.
critics consensus it may lack the absurd humor that underlined the original, but the new look Evil Dead compensates with brutal terror, gory scares, and gleefully bloody violence.
82.
So 82,
88. Stick with 88.
I'm going to stick
88,
with 85, I think.
85. Mass is going to take it 64%.
Oh my god.
By the people? Well, they're wrong
Really?
too.
Yeah.
How did they get to that? I don't understand. Huh.
I even checked to make sure that was the remake. I'm like, is he looking at the right
you
one?
looking at the right one?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, fuck him.
Yeah, no.
We love the
shit.
movie.
All right, so
Be cultured, honestly.
all right, Jeff J. Generic slop of a movie, 1 star. Just like every other modern horror movie, this gross out kills and a lame, predictable storyline lacks the critical element of soul and character that made the original so good. That if this wasn't named Evil Dead, I'm not sure anyone should remember what this movie was even called. Schlock, gore, pig food, number 2032, perhaps.
I'm sorry, you could predict that the guy was going to die and his sister was going to come back from the dead and become the heroine?
Yep.
They could predict all that?
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't predict it whenever I watched it the first time. That guy's a fucking movie genius.
I guess so.
Alexandria M. Half a star. If you can't come up with a movie without unnecessarily killing animals, you're just a bad writer. The actress was ridiculous. The story was stupid, and overall, a very disappointing remake of a classic.
I just want to remind everyone that no dogs were harmed in the film of this making, or the making of this
and the film of this making.
Yeah, the film of this making.
No animals were harmed. You realize how many fucking fines they'd get?
Right.
Like if they cross their eyes at a squirrel, they get.
They're not even allowed to kill fucking goldfish in movies anymore.
Yeah.
You know, in Wolf of Wall Street.
Remember the good old days when they could kill fish
Yeah.
on screen?
Like in the Wolf of Wall Street, like there was a scene where Jonah Hill was supposed to swallow this goldfish. It was a real goldfish. They had PETA there.
Yeah.
Like animal rights activists to make sure that he wasn't actually going to eat the fucking goldfish.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the real PETA? I thought it was the people eating tasty animals PETA. Never mind.
No. So like
Wrong
he would
PETA.
put it in his mouth and then have to carefully spit it back out after the scene was done. And like into a fish bowl, and they had to make sure it was okay. It's a fucking gold. It's going to die in 2 days. They literally piss and swim in their own piss. That's what kills them. I just
2 stars from Brett R. Just a bunch of gore and violence. Not much suspense, genuine scares, or plot. If gory violence and goofy one-liners are your thing, you'll likely dig it.
I don't understand.
I don't see any
Why do
goofy
they have to
one-liners
do
in
that?
There
this.
were no goofy
Did you watch?
one-liners. Did they watch the wrong one?
They watched the wrong one, or they reviewed the wrong one.
Yeah.
Guessing. 2 star from Martin B. Fairly tedious rendition of the ED series. ED.
Ooh,
End up-
this guy's so much a fan he abbreviates it.
End up shouting at the telly because some of it really doesn't make any sense. No humor either, and hardly gripping.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
Apparently, he didn't see the scene where I saw.
I thought it was hilarious. I thought the part where she got raped by the tree was the best part.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Sorry, we're getting canceled, aren't we?
Yeah.
As soon as if we ever got big and got monetized, we would last for about 5 seconds before somebody would see something and be like,
You
"These
realize how
motherfuckers are
hard it would
terrible."
be to do a podcast if they tried to monetize us? Like, hey, we'd like to start
Mother-
paying you. Like, God
Puss
damn it, are you
bucket.
fucking serious? Now I gotta watch what I say, watch what I do, but you're paying me?
I know, like I can be bought.
Yeah, I can be bought for a price.
So before I say this, what would you
For
guys think?
$1 billion.
What'd you guys think about the
Is
makeup?
that Austin
The
Powers?
makeup, I thought it was great for 2 reasons. One, it sort of looked like how the makeup was in the first one, which gave it sort of that homage feel again.
Yeah.
But they did it well enough that it didn't look totally campy.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the original, it was like, it looked campy.
Yeah, it looked
You
like
know,
somebody
and that's
took.
fine. That
was
it
their budget. Their
fitted
budget,
for,
and I
yeah.
get that. Like it
But
looked
in
like somebody
this-
like wet some flour down and put it on their face, and it was starting to cake off.
Yeah.
And in between,
In
it's
this,
like,
though-
oh, we need more.
Yeah, in this though, like it looked more realistic, and they looked so wet.
What they did with the makeup to get that campy look, I feel like, was the colors.
Yeah,
They made the colors feel very vibrant.
Very
whereas
vibrant,
They,
yeah.
usually
They
it would
popped.
be very
Yeah.
downtone.
almost like they were buying
the.
the shit from like a party store or something.
Well, it was like they did it with great makeup, but then they just made it
They
bright.
used eyeshadow.
exaggerated it. Yeah.
Okay, so Partha G, worst movie in the Evil Dead franchise. It has let Evil Dead fans down. Makeup is too bad. It was nowhere near the original.
Anyways.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, you don't have opinions.
Rick D.
They've been obstructed from you. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
One
Everybody's
star.
entitled to their own
Subtracted.
opinion, even if they are wrong.
Taken away.
1 star. I had huge
Removed?
expectations from this movie, but it turned out to be a dud. The makeup was nowhere near the original. It didn't scared.
Confiscated.
It didn't scared me.
Did scared me.
It didn't.
I'm still
Your
scared.
spelling and
I'm still
grammar
did
scared
scared.
me.
It didn't scared me. This movie is a
I'm
shame.
still not did scared. Did.
This movie is a shame for the Evil Dead fans. Wish it was never made. Justin G. goes for a gore porn over any horror or suspense. The original film had gore in droves, but also stuck a fine line between it and horror. This movie puts the gore up front and throws you out any horror or suspense.
Like the first one had so much suspense.
Right.
Yeah. No
Not
shit.
really.
The first one just
The
made
great
it,
thing about the first one is the campiness.
Yeah, that's what made it
that-
comedy.
All
that's-
three
That's why
of the
they made
first
the
ones
second
had-
one
were- that was the
comedy.
Well,
great
I'm
thing
saying
about
that
them.
if the first one didn't have campiness, it would have gone nowhere. If it was just a
Mhm.
straight horror movie and didn't have any of that campiness, nobody would have been interested.
Yeah, it would have just flew under the radar, really.
Yeah.
So Regina P, 2 star. Not sure how this movie spawned a whole series. It was rather run of the mill to me.
She watched the wrong
Come up
one.
with a porn name for her.
She watched the wrong one.
She reviewed the wrong one.
She
I
reviewed
believe.
the wrong movie.
Yeah.
Come up with a porn name for her. Regina.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
but
she reviewed the original.
That's what I
Well, she
thought.
watched
Yeah,
the
yeah,
original.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
But I put that in here because I thought it was funny.
because these people are idiots. They need to review the right movie.
Regina P.
What? Regina penetration?
No, she's.
Say it again. Say it again. Do it.
Say it again
Her
for
name
those
is
people
Regina
living.
P, right?
Yeah, Regina P.
Regina P in your mouth.
Regina Penis.
Your genes are alive and well, sir.
Regina Pederass.
Like hers. Regina, pee in your mouth.
Regina P in your mouth.
That's a stage name if I've ever heard
Oh
one.
man. That's how we're gonna get famous. These tomato people are gonna find out we're going over their reviews and get on here and we're gonna bash them.
We're gonna get all kinds of hate mail.
If we ever hit a big yes.
So
Like, hold on, I gave that movie a 1 star. I
You guys
wonder
are-
if fuck, I'm in their podcast.
yeah, you guys are gonna get a comment one day on this video that's like, so you guys went over my comment one time, and I do not appreciate you calling me Regina.
And
P
you know,
in your
you know
mouth.
what we
And
would say?
I am
Fuck
suing.
you.
You know
okay,
what we
we'll
would
change
say?
your name, Regina. It's Regina Pederass. Is that what you want it?
Yeah, like, you know what I would say in response to that? Hey, Regina, pee in your mouth. Suck a dick. Like, what do you want us to do, man? We don't know you. You don't know us.
Ew, a dick in her mouth?
A dick.
Only pee.
No, it goes in and pees. It goes in and it
Oh,
pees.
it goes
It's like a
in and pees?
waterfall at that point.
Oh,
Just
so
like,
that's like on tap for her.
yeah, it's like one of them cool
Give
fountains.
this woman, this poor woman who we know nothing about.
Oh, she bashed on the movie.
She's probably a wonderful lady, I'm
No,
sure.
she probably bakes cookies.
Yeah,
bashed
she's probably
on
a
this
wonderful
movie.
person.
She bashed on this movie. She doesn't even know.
Yeah, but
She's gonna bake cookies and then she's gonna send them to us, and everybody shapes of dicks.
No, they're gonna have little
With
balls.
pee coming out, like,
rocket
it's-
ship.
And
It's
then
gonna be
and then
lemon-
Dad's gonna be
lemon
the first
flavored.
one to eat it
Lemon
because that's what he
flavored.
likes, and it's gonna be rat poison, and then he's gonna die, and then we're all gonna mourn him. But then we're gonna
Penis
go after
shaped
Regina
cookies,
P, and we're gonna
yes!
put a bomb in her house.
Sorry, how I ate that. Yeah, we're not getting monetized. I'm sorry, guys. It's
Sean,
gonna be so hard not to do it, you know.
Or Rainbow Randolph.
I'm gonna be over like, guys, come on! Like, they're like, yeah, we can't monetize that video. Why not?
Rainbow
Because you
Randolph.
did this. That's why.
Rainbow Randolph with his penis cookies. Death to Smoochie.
I haven't seen that. I can't wait to watch that
I
movie
love
for the
that movie.
podcast.
I love that movie.
I love
It's
it.
a rocket ship.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because he does the cookies on the while he's doing the live broadcast.
Yeah, he does a live broadcast on a kid's show.
Death to Smoochie.
He
Have you
pulls
you've
out
seen
the
it, right,
cookie,
Eric?
He pulls out a cookie.
You've never
He
seen Death to
made them-
Smoochie? Oh my!
He made these cookies and they're dick and balls. Like there's literally like little hairs on them and shit.
And he pulls it out, and everybody
He's
just
like,
stops, and it's just silent. He's like, "It's a rocket ship."
God, I love that movie. I'm Rainbow fucking Randolph.
Who plays in it?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams and
Oh,
Edward
yeah.
Norton.
Edward Norton.
I should buy a boat. No.
This movie's so good. It's
It's
such a great dark comedy.
Mhm.
Sean R. It fucking sucks. Full of cliches. The characters have less than 0 IQ, and it's full of shit.
I cannot disagree with the IQ part.
I think you have to be pretty smart to.
I don't know. I think the only one with a low IQ is probably the blonde. Because she went down in the basement for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
No, why are you doing that? You know, why?
Just so y'all know, if you ever get possessed and we put you in a basement, you're not going to get my ass down here with those tricks.
One
No.
last one. Nathan D. 1 star. It has none of the charm of the Evil Dead series, but my biggest issue was how it treats the viewer like they're unable to understand basic horror principles, constantly cutting the Necronomicon's flipping pages to show you what's about to happen. Took all of the surprise out of it.
It's not what it was about to happen. It was what did happen. They didn't cut to those pages until after it had already happened.
Yeah, so
Not-
like she goes in the shower and starts boiling
Yeah,
herself.
and then they show
Right.
it.
And then,
the
no,
only-
no. They don't show it until after.
They show it after the
the
fact.
crazy lady tried to kill David.
Yeah, and then
Is
they
that- or
show
not
the
David,
two
but,
instances that
Eric.
happened.
Yeah.
And then at the end it showed...
The only time it did that was whenever the lady cut her cheek, because it showed
that's
her.
what I'm
that,
saying.
and then
It showed
she
her, but like you didn't see any of that stuff. And then after she attacks Eric in the bathroom, he pulls out the book and he's like, "See, here's
Yeah.
Mia. See, here's you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like you don't
and
see
then
this stuff
it
until
shows
after
the
the
last
fact.
one, which was... What was the last one? Was it the girl cutting off her arm? Or
I don't think
I
there
don't
something
think
like
so.
that.
I don't think it showed that.
I don't think it
No.
showed that one.
I don't think it proceeded with any more beyond the.
They showed
The
one that I was like,
cut
and they
of the-
showed it
yeah.
like...
Well,
after-
you seen those were the one coming out of the ground obviously
yeah,
was the
that
final
was the,
thing,
Yeah.
but that was shown throughout, but without context you wouldn't know.
The only thing that they showed before it happened was how to bring them back, which was burying her, burning her, or...
Well, you how to get rid of it, like how to get
Yeah.
rid of which I also appreciated because how many times have we questioned on one of these Evil Dead movies?
how do you get them back?
Like,
yeah.
well, no, like how do you stop it,
Yeah.
right? And they're always like, we want to stop it, and by the next movie it stopped, but how did it get stopped? Like, there's never any resolution
the
to
black
this shit.
hole.
And then like this one finally gave us a coherent
Yeah,
mythos to
the only
follow.
one that ever explained it in a discernible way was with Ash in the second one, whenever he was taken over, and then the sun had come up, and
Mhm.
it got rid of the demon or whatever. And-
Right, but there's never any like okay. The only solution that they had in at the end of the second one was to suck it all into another dimension and make it somebody else's problem.
Yeah, right.
Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like you never had any solution to the Deadite problem.
Yeah.
They just kept bringing them back every movie. And you're like, well, how'd you get rid of them?
Yeah, right.
Like,
Oh, wait, hold on. How did it end?
yeah, like I never got the ending. This
Yeah.
actually gives you a coherent plot from
Mhm.
beginning to end, and he's complaining about it.
Fuck him.
Anyway,
What's
sure,
your IQ, motherfucker?
No doubt.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
I'll be fast.
Oh, yeah. We're
According to
216.
reports in the press, the film used 70,000 gallons of fake blood. In an interview, Alvarez
much?
said 70,000.
70,000.
70,000
Where
gallons.
did it all go? Because I didn't. I guess for all the rain.
50,000 gallons for the final scene alone.
Yeah.
This is compared to 200 to 300 gallons that were used in the original. When producer Rob Tapert suggested the possibility of an Evil Dead remake to Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, Raimi responded with the most favorably, whereas Campbell was the least enthusiastic of the three. Raimi thought that The Evil Dead was exactly the sort of film that could be successfully updated and reimagined by a new generation of filmmakers.
Yeah.
While Campbell was not happy to pass on his iconic role of Ash, he relented when he heard that the film would feature a new set of characters and the role of Ash would not be recast.
It's so funny because, like, Bruce Campbell is, I think he's the one who holds it closest to his heart.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, because I know, like, and I know he probably sees it as, like, his most famous role, blah, blah, blah. But, like, even whenever it came to whenever they canceled Ash versus Evil Dead, he wasn't pissed off that it got canceled. He was pissed off at the fans.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm mad at you, dumbasses, for not he said, because, you know, that little 7-day trial that you get on Stars,
Yeah.
he goes, that's what you all did. You binge watched it and you didn't pay for Stars. Either that or you were pirating my show. He goes, that's why the show died.
Because it did an amazing job fan-wise. Everybody was talking about it. And the next thing you know, it's getting canceled and the fans are pissed. Well,
the sad part is if they brought it back now and put it on like Netflix or some shit, it would blow up. People would love it.
Maybe, maybe not. That's the thing, is you can never really tell. Like, you might think something's gonna, blow up.
I think a show like that would kill it.
So?
I think that one would kill it.
Not on Netflix. Netflix will kill it.
Maybe if it doesn't do well enough after 3 seasons.
Even if it does do well, and plus
so put it on HBO Max.
Plus, they'll kill it just based on their creativity bullshit. Like, they're not very good at it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Or put it on Max or something. I don't know.
Max might be a good one.
Yeah,
I think that the least
or Disney Plus.
I think. As funny as that would be.
I mean, I swear I watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Only because of the Hulu bundle.
Yeah, the Hulu bundle. Come on, man.
I know, but it would be funny with by Disney. Evil Dead by Disney.
Disney. Is Ash our new princess? Our Disney princess?
Technically, Dr. Frankenfurter is from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah. So actually, technically, so is the Queen Xenomorph.
Yes.
She's a Disney. Well, I guess she'd be a Disney queen.
Let Adam Sandler try to produce it.
We need a Disney princess movie with them in it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Like, it would be like Ripley versus like the evil queen. Which, it's not a bad idea.
She wouldn't be stupid.
But in like Disney animation, be amazing. I'd watch that.
I think it'd be funny to have a Disney princess movie with like an alien queen and Dr. Frankenfurter, but it's like a normal princess movie, right? With those two in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just like, so like, there's the scene where they're all like singing and doing their hair, and Dr. Frankenfurter's fitting right in, right?
Right.
But like, the alien doesn't know what to do, so the alien's like,
That sounds, oh my god,
that sounds like a South Park skit, honestly. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, how funny would that be?
Just about to say.
Cuts itself and then acid just sprays on Dr. Frankenfurter.
Oh no, my bad.
That sounds like something.
No, Dr. Frankenfurter's fucking what the hell is that little his experiment?
Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky. No,
Rocky was standing there.
Gets acid on him. Frankenfurter's all pissed off now.
Because I'm just a sweet trans guy. Transsexual.
Yeah.
Transylvania. Sorry.
Yeah, that would have to be the song he would sing. For
Yeah,
Princess
that's it,
part,
yeah.
When the broken necklace is found outside
That's
of the
right
cabin.
up Disney's alley.
Well, nowadays, yeah.
Mhm.
It's not a bad idea now.
Yeah.
It can be seen resting...
Inclusivity.
Inclusive. Now you got me fucked up. Inclusivity.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Inclusivity. Right?
You know what? Any other time I could say it. Now you got me fucked up.
Put that cookie down!
Inclusivity. God damn it.
We
We hate it so much we can't even say the word.
This film was originally...
Inclusivity.
Put it in the mic.
Inclusivity.
Inclusivity. Thank you. Inclusivity.
Anyway, all right, that's enough.
This film was originally rated NC-17 until it was toned down to an R rating. According to the director, he and Sam Raimi were always willing to keep the NC-17 rating since the original film has also had it. However, the studio required that it have an R rating in order to have a wide release.
Fuck you.
Alvarez initially kept things ambiguous and said that due to several inconsistencies with the previous Evil Dead trilogy, the movie could either be a remake or a late sequel. However, Sam Raimi, Rob Tapper, and Bruce Campbell later claimed that this film was a sequel set in the same continuity as the original trilogy. Their plan was to make another sequel starring Mia, a sequel to Army of Darkness starring Campbell as Ash, and one final crossover film where Ash and Mia would team up against to fight Deadites. Universal Studios eventually passed on these sequels and redeveloped Army of Darkness 2 into Ash vs. Evil Dead together with Raimi, Tapper, and Campbell.
You know how cool that would have been, though.
No shit.
To have her and Bruce Campbell taking on some Deadites. That'd have been some badass shit. Like a surrogate daughter type deal, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. That'd be so fucking cool.
I'm sorry. Was that expensive piece?
I still want that movie. You know what I mean? Like, still do that movie. Give me that movie.
No doubt. Alvarez got the job of writing and directing the remake on the strength of his 5-minute short Panic Attack, which had become a YouTube... Oh, yes, I told you it was Panic Attack. Which had become a YouTube hit by word of mouth. The unrated cut for the film restored 6 minutes of footage that was removed to achieve an R rating. It was finally released with Alvarez's blessing in October 2018 on Blu-ray during the Halloween week as the director's cut. Alvarez pitched the film as the audience watching something they were not supposed to watch. I didn't get that from this. Like, it's something we weren't supposed to see. The only movie that's ever given me that vibe was Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Right.
I am Henrietta, I am Henrietta, I am.
If you pause the opening witch burning scene at 2:25, over the burning possessed girl's right shoulder, you will see the face of an angry demon in the flames.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I included this, because I want to go back and do that at some point.
Yeah, me too.
Back when the remake of the original film was in development in 2003, Ashton Kutcher and Marlon Wayans were considered for the role of Ash Williams.
What?
You heard that?
No and no. Like, I can get behind Marlon Wayans before I can Ashton Kutcher.
Agreed.
Ashton Kutcher as Ash Williams, I can't do that. I'm going to look at him like, dude, no, you're fucking Kelso, dude. You're Kelso. I can't get behind you being this character. Marlon Wayans is still a fucking stretch. Like, that's a huge stretch. Not because he's black or anything stupid like that, just because I can't get behind that.
I think the problem with Ashton Kutcher is that he would play it too over the top.
Not even just over, but too, I wouldn't say slapsticky, but like, he's not a serious actor. He's not a good actor. He's not a good, I can't see him in that role because he doesn't have that sort of charisma that Bruce Campbell brought to it.
That's fair.
Marlon Wayans, now, he's got some charisma. I can give it to him for that, but like, if you could recast Ash, who would you fucking choose? I mean, honestly, who could you choose? Nowadays?
I'm sure there's someone I could think of.
I'm sure it would take a minute for me to think of somebody good to like really capture the essence of Ash.
I could do it.
Could you?
I could.
I just don't think that, like, Ash, I don't think you could recast Ash, to be honest with you, because Ash is very much Bruce Campbell's.
I don't think anybody would want to be recast as Ash, honestly. No, thank you.
No, I'm good. Yeah, that's Bruce Campbell. Mm-hmm. The only thing you could do is recast completely and give them a different name that isn't Ash.
That's why they went the route they did.
Yeah, that's the only route you could take with it. Yeah. So.
This is what I was talking about, the Delta. So the rusted Oldsmobile seen in the film is not a 1973 Delta 88, like many fans thought, and it's a 1974 Delta 88. I'm not going to go into all the differences, but it does. But one possible reason that Ramey's was not used is that the chassis it was being used as a chassis for the wagon in Oz the Great and Powerful, which was filming around the same time as Evil Dead. Alvarez filmed the movie. This was another thing I was going to talk about in my review, but I forgot. Filmed the movie to let ambiguous the year when the events happened on purpose, hence the absence of cell phones, computers, tablets, internet, or any other modern technology. Even the costume of the characters were selected to be a mix of different ages and enough timeless to confuse the audience. It's absolutely a timeless movie. I thought that.
This one?
Yeah. You can't quite
you can't really put a date on it. There's no cell phones or... They don't pull out one at all? No service? No, I don't think they do. The Jeep is, like early 2000s? The car they drive, the Ford, that's like a late 90s car. So, yeah, I guess you really couldn't put a date on the movie. I mean, honestly.
Other than saying it had to have happened from this time to this time, maybe.
Right, exactly. Had to have been at least by this time, based on the car date. Maybe some of the clothes they wear. Aside from that, yeah, there's no technology in this movie or nothing. So that's a positive thing, honestly.
Yeah. I had it in my review to talk about because I had written it down before I did the trivia, but it was in trivia too, and I was like, I'm going to bring it up just because I do forget. I do
like it, the fact that they didn't bring in cell phones or anything like that. Because
I like when you can make a movie timeless.
Yeah, I like that because I'm like, okay, so like, yeah, okay, it says a lot. Like, why don't they have phones? Well, because everybody carries their phone nowadays. Well, in this case, though, just don't introduce them or, like you said, make the movie timeless. Then there's no need to even explain it.
Right. When Eric is first reading through the Book of the Dead, there's a picture of a severed hand with its middle finger extended, flipping the bird. This is a clear reference to Evil Dead 2, where Ash is forced to cut his own hand off when it becomes possessed by the evil dead. The hand then taunts Ash with this gesture as he attempts to shoot it. This film may settle one of the longest debate questions of the original trilogy as to whether Evil Dead 2 is a remake or a sequel. When Eric attempts to destroy the book, he realizes the book doesn't burn. If this film follows the same continuity logic as the original, it would mean that when Ash tried to burn the original Necronomicon in the Evil Dead, he did not destroy it, he merely thought he did, explaining how it could turn up in Evil Dead 2 again. Also note that the makers of Evil Dead 2 always intended for it to be a sequel, as mentioned in its end credits, Evil Dead 2, the sequel to the ultimate experience in grueling terror. They originally wanted to use footage from the first movie as a recap, but rights issues prevented this, so instead the first 7 minutes were effectively a simplified retelling of the original film. And finally, this is the last one. Some believe a plot hole is present in the theatrical cut when the abomination rises from hell to kill Mia and David, or after David blows up the cabin, killing the Deadite version of Eric. The Necronomicon states that the abomination needs to claim 5 souls before it can rise. In the theatrical cut, only 4 characters were possessed at the time of their deaths. Eric, Olivia, Natalie, and Mia, leaving the audience wondering who the 5th soul was, as David seemingly died as himself. It's been assumed that Harold's daughter from the prologue could not have been the first out of the 5 souls, as she had died long before the main events of the film. However, the book didn't state that there was a time limit as to when people could be taken. The extended director's cut restores a scene showing David burning alive with the Deadite Eric in the cabin, getting possessed by a demon before his death. In that version, it's indicated that he was ultimately the 5th soul claimed for the abomination to rise. In the theatrical version, the audience can assume Harold's daughter was the soul that added up to 5. So they still count Mia.
In the theatrical version, yeah.
No, in this, it says...
I don't count Mia because she did.
The extended director's cut restores a scene showing David burning alive along with the Deadeye Eric in the cabin, getting possessed by a demon before his death. In that version, it's indicated that he was ultimately the 5th soul claimed for the abomination to rise. In the theatrical version, the audience can assume Harold's daughter was the soul that added up to 5. I'm with you, though. Like, I don't know how you can claim Mia.
You can't.
In either version.
I mean, I guess even if her soul did go to hell initially, it came back from hell before the abomination could even rise because it was before David died. So you can't claim her soul.
I agree. So it's still a plot hole. Unless you count the girl at the beginning. Because like I said,
I'll take that extra
it says
leap.
There was a time limit. The book didn't state there was a time limit as to when people could be taken. So I would count her because she would have been part of the same instance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the extra leap and go on my own narrative here and count that girl because there's no other
I don't count Mia.
Explanation. I can't count Mia.
Yeah.
Like it's just narratively or logically I can't count her.
I agree.
Because her soul obviously isn't in hell because she's alive. So, and then she fucking kills the guy with ease. Like, what exactly is his goal? What is his...
Well, if she had not done what she did, because remember when Eric said, even if we get away, it'll find us because eventually it's going to be everywhere. It's like hell taking over.
Okay, so
it's
hell
like,
rises.
Yeah, hell rises. Kind of like, the Book of Revelations deal, where like, okay, this is the final judgment. Here comes hell up into earth, blah, blah, blah. That was his ultimate goal. That was why the rain of blood was the first indicator, because they probably happened, if it's being, like most prophecies, that raining blood probably happened all around the world.
Slayer?
Yeah. It probably happened all around the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So...
Could you imagine being like, what the fuck?
And then it stops and you're just left to wonder like,
I don't think I'm going to go outside for a while. I'm going to stay in my house.
Something happened.
Gonna contract STDs or AIDS out here.
Something happened.
Yeah. Anyway, Evil Dead 2013. That went on way longer than I thought it would.
Sorry about that.
What's in the box? What's in the
let's try to go
box?
for one of those 90s movies.
Yeah, okay.
Just see what you get. You never know.
Yeah, okay.
If we don't like it, we put it back.
Is that what we do now?
Yeah, if it's not a 90s movie.
Three Amigos?
Is that what you're called?
That's 80s.
It's 80s.
It's 80s, late 80s movie.
Do you want to go again?
It's not up to me. I'm
It's up
happy to
to-
pull and go.
Just pull. Ooh.
I didn't stutter.
Just pull another one. Oh,
You guys need 2 separate boxes.
we were talking about that actually.
Throw Mama from the train.
Is it seriously?
It is, I swear to God.
There we go. Another Billy Crystal movie. This guy doesn't pop up ever, and then here he is 2 times in the same month. Or, yeah, right? No.
Tom
Yeah,
Prime.
same
Close enough. Within 2 weeks of each other.
Evan.
That's in 1987.
That's 1987? Ah, we're doing it anyway. Okay, it's not a 90s movie, but it's close enough. But it also has the man Danny DeVito in it,
Yep.
so and you gotta
I'll
love
watch
that.
it.
Yeah. Anyway, next week we're gonna do Throw Mama from the Train from 1987. This movie's only a year younger than me. Ugh, I'm old. Next week, don't forget to check out those socials, man. Get on that shit and come see us and talk to us and all that good stuff. Get on our Discord and all that good shit and check out other content. But until next week, be happy.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Or rude.
Or rude. Whatever. It's
What makes you happy?
Costs nothing to be kind.
costs nothing to be mean either.
I was going to say that. I was gonna say, it also doesn't cost anything to be an asshole.
You guys, we are jerks.
Yeah. Well, not really.
Yes, we are.
I'm the nicest asshole you'll ever meet.
Exactly.
I've got the nicest asshole you'll ever see.
Doubt
Dad, you proved my point more
Nobody's
than Karen
asshole
did.
is cute. Nobody.
Oh, whatever. It's all puckered up and shit.
He thinks it's cute because it talks sometimes.
It talks a lot of shit.
Wow.
All right.
Ready?
Get the fuck out of here. Did you just punch my hand? All right.
Give me a 5!
Okay,
I
bye.
watch a lot of Adam
Bye.
Sandler.
Okay, bye.
A lot of build-up in.